Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind? Hey,
Tell me, oh tell me. Tell me, oh tell me. Tell me, oh tell me. Tell me, oh tell me.
What's your topic, sir? You ready to go, Jen? You was cutting up on that one, girl.
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind? Hey.
You know you love me. Good evening, gatekeepers. How y'all be? Let me take this off the screen. Y'all trying to get ahead of things. We ain't even on that part yet. Here you are already jumping ahead of the gun. What's wrong with y'all? Anyway, good evening. Happy Friday. Welcome into the So What You Think channel. I'm so glad to have you here tonight. Whether you're joining us live or catching the replay later, you are always part of the conversation. And as always, before we get started, let's take a moment to show some love to our amazing moderators who help keep things running smoothly around here. So if you see them in the chat, say hello, and I'm going to throw some hearts up the screen. Hey, thank you, moderators. We love you around here. Let me throw my hearts up, okay? So if you see them in the chat, go ahead and drop some hearts for the mods. We appreciate you so much. And of course, shout out to everybody else in the chat tonight and our replay gang, because we know everybody can't make it live, but you still pull up whether later or not. We appreciate you. Now, later, I'll take it. Okay. Tonight is Friday night, the Fish Fry and Family Feud, which means if we reach our 5 sponsors, which I see we already have a couple, then we get to open up the panel and get into the debating, the arguing, the laughing, and the carrying on we do around here. And I can already see that a couple of y'all have already stepped up as sponsors tonight. So thank you for much for that support. I got to put the goals up. I'm going to go put the goals up. Give me a second. But for those who may be new, sponsorships can be super chats, super stickers, memberships, or gifted memberships. Once we reach 5 of those, we open up the panel and unlock the gates so that the gatekeepers get to come up and have their say about everything that's been going on with Beyond the Gates this week. And let me tell you, there's plenty to talk about. Plenty to talk about in ArGa. I got my list written out. If we open up this panel, baby, I'm ready. I'm ready to ArGa. I'm ready. And I was right about Leslie being a narcissist too. Oh, we about to ArGa. We about to, cause some of y'all was, yeah, I'm gonna hit them up. Oh, you know, I told y'all once I'm right about something, you got to hear about it. That's just the way it's gonna be. I'm sorry. So if you want the panel to open up, go ahead and jump in and help us get those 5 sponsors, but settle in and get comfortable so we can talk about it, okay? Get comfortable. But in the meantime, I got to go over here and set the goals up. Listen, I've been out in the streets. I just had to make a run. I was talking to my good friend on the phone, who I love and I never get to talk to that much often enough. But once we catch up with a good gossip session, baby, the gossip has been gossiping. Not that we talking about bad stuff. We just be catching up, talking about this, that, the fifth, and the third, laughing about folks and whatnot, you know. Anyway, let me get these goals put up for you guys. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. Okay, all the colors. I don't know what that mean. But okay. Let's put the timer on it. Okay, let's go. And then let me type this in. Up the panel. Boom. All right. No, we unlock the panel. That's what I like to say. Not open. We unlock. The panel. There we go. All right. So there's the goal put up, which I know KB and B-Lo was like, where are the goals? You are in charge of the goals. I'm like, I know I'm in charge of it. Give me a second. Y'all know I'm old. I'm of a particular age. Listen, let me tell y'all something I'm mad about. So I done took the time to take pictures and everything and done forgot to upload the pictures. So ain't no pictures. Oh, wait a minute. Did I upload the pictures? No, I did not. These are old pictures. These are pictures from yesterday when I was picking with y'all. And I'm so upset with myself. But anyway, y'all just have to imagine. I tell you, I described to you what had happened was. And then y'all just gonna have to go off that, okay? All right. Now y'all know how we do it around here. First things first. Let me see who is down here typing in these comments, honey.
Who's that typing in the comments?
Well, I'll tell you who's typing in the comments. Give me a second. Let me lower this mic down because y'all know I can't see nothing around this thing. All right, let me get to these comments and see who's down here typing. It's Friday night. Just got paid. Shante said, I'm in line first because I want to hear some ArGa. I saw your comment, Shante, too. I didn't get to respond to it yet, I don't think, but I saw your comment in the replay. Thank you very much for that. Let's just, and thank you also for being a sponsor for tonight. Our very first sponsor. Let me write that down. Shante. Okay. And Peggy says, hello, happy Friday, y'all. Miss Jen of the Mods, KB, Belinda, Linda, Raven Maniac, and Elaine T. And to everyone. Miss Lil says, good evening to everyone. And Peggy also is one of our sponsors for tonight. Thank you so much, Peggy, for being one of our sponsors as well. Bilo Didi says, hey, gatekeepers, Miss Jen and Mods. Hey, Miss Bilo Didi. And Belinda Hill says, happy Fish Fry Friday, Miss Jen, Tony Lynn, Elaine T, Gatekeepers, and Mod Squad. Of course, I hit the like button on the way in. Thank you for doing that. And you know she's the officer of the doggone like button, so she going to see to it that y'all hit it. Raven Maniac checks in and says, hello, fellow gatekeepers, Miss Jen, and the Mod Squad. I'm over here patiently and poignantly pondering the events of the week as I try to take my seat. I will try to be discreet while sipping on some BTGT. All right, Raven Maniac. Miss Linda's checked in and says, greetings, gatekeepers, creepers, peepers, hedge hoppers, and bush watchers. Hey, cuz. Myrtle Tinster has checked in and said, hey, Miss Jen, gatekeepers and mod. Hey, Myrtle girl. Linda got all her hashtags, neck meat, gold chain. Y'all need to stop. Like what you see and hear on the channel, subscribe and become a member today. Belinda says, I was not surprised that Grayson was Jason's pickup contact because when he told Ashley how he needs money to take care of his mom, but I know he's not the impaler. No, he's not the impaler. That doctor is. The head of the hospital is. Miss Leah is the head of the doggone thing. That's why she was excited after Green Derek and they're talking about that clinic and she thinking, ooh, the things I could do. She worse than Joey. She looking for a place to wash money. She looking for a place to wash that plasma. This gonna be easy, like taking candy from a fat baby. Okay. Let's see who else we have in here. Linda says, greetings to all the list of peace. Tracy Granville says, hello, everyone. Hey, Tracy. KB Mommy says, greetings. And so what you think, my Mod Squad sisters, Belinda, Bilo Didi, Destiny H, my cousin Tony Lynn, my sister Officer Belinda Hill, and my boo Elaine T, and my good friend Bailiff Raven Maniac. All right now. Let's see who else is in here now. Let me keep scrolling. JV's in the house. Hey, JV. Let's see. Jasmine Williams in the house. Hey, Sister Jazz, how you doing? She says, hey, everyone. Hey, Jasmine. KB Mommy, my week was good other than pondering world events, and hopefully your week was good too, Raven Maniac says. Elaine is in the house, says, hey, gatekeepers. Bilo Didi says, let's hit the goal, gatekeepers. We can do it. We can do it. Okay. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, she's talking back to him. Hey, cousin Linda. Grayson is the red ring surprise. Now, is in the red. I ain't surprised in there either, but that lady is the head of it. Miss Jim, my support towards the open will be in the form of a cash app tonight. All right, sister. Let's see. Anybody else we've missed? He said he's speaking to everybody and anybody else he's missed. And Elaine says, thanks in advance for your support. All righty. See you and thank you. Tiffany F says, first time catching a live. I've been a fan for about 3 weeks. Love your reviews. Thank you, Tiffany. And girl, look, you already know you got to get your order. You got to get your official fanfare welcome, girl. Y'all welcome Tiffany F up in here. Move over, scoot down, make room for her at the table, and shatter tea and crumpets.
Hey.
Keep
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough! Be seated.
Welcome, Tiffany F. And y'all be nice to Tiffany. Don't y'all run Tiffany off. You better not do it. You better not do it. All right. You know, we're a nice family over here anyway. Tiffany, now don't forget, girl, that we're doing this interview on Monday. So don't be over here and miss that now, because that's going to be on Monday. All right. And here's the information for you guys once again. Gatekeepers. This Monday, March 9th at 7 p.m., Maria Howell, Tracy on Beyond the Gates, will be joining me here on the So What You Think channel to talk about her incredible career, her music, and of course her role as Tracy on Beyond the Gates. I'll be your host for the evening, and I'm excited about this one. So don't forget, this Monday, March 9th, 7 p.m. See you then. All right, y'all. I had a chance to talk with her on the phone last night. She was so nice. And I told her, I said, girl, let me tell you something, though. Now, when it comes to Tracy, I want you to know I'm very suspicious, girl. I be on you. I know it's something with that doggone Tracy. And she said the same thing again. She said they listen to things that, you know, are being done and said. I won't say no more. The rest of it was for the membership. But hey, Elaine, it turns out you had a really good idea for which we're gonna go forward with. Yeah, that'll be happening soon. It will be happening soon. Tracy Granville says, welcome, Tiff. Everybody's welcome in. Jasmine said, let me get in here with this super sticker. Get out the way. Let me get in here. Okay. Now let me star these because I can see they're not showing up where I will see them where I need to see them. So hold on. Let me go up here and star these right quick, and then we can get into the review without pictures. I'm sorry, you guys, but y'all really here to ArGa on Friday. We ain't worried about no pictures. We over here to get into it on Friday, okay? But I'm gonna give you the quick 1, 2 about what did happen today. Let me just run through and star these super chats so that I won't have to. No, come on now. Okay, there's Ishante's. Let me star that one. So that's 2. Peggy's. That's 3. Okay, and then hold on. I think KB told me to look for hers in the hold on. In the Cash App. She says she's doing hers by Cash App. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, KB. So let me put that down. KB, and then we have Jasmine. Okay, you guys, that is 4. We are 1 short to be able to make it to open up the panel. And I will remind you as we go, because ain't no need in us missing out on that right there. Oh, Myrtle Tenser said, wait a minute, let me get in here. Myrtle says, she in here? Myrtle said, say less. Myrtle says, say less. Hold on, let me see if that's gonna. Okay, let me star KB's comments so I do not forget. And then we're gonna get started, you guys. I just want to make sure, because if it's not in one place. Tiffany, thank you so much. Tiffany said, well, you know what, we're gonna put 1 more in here for good measure, because we're gonna make sure. But I appreciate the appreciation you guys send, because everything goes toward the upkeeping of the channel anyway. So because behind the scenes, baby, StreamYard be clowning. I mean, they be like, you know what? Until we're gonna do, we're gonna put another $20 on it a month. That's what we're gonna do. I'd be like, do you think you could get people one? Do you think I'm just sitting around here with an extra 20 hanging out my pocket with nothing to do? Sir, ma'am, miss y'all. I mean, my Lord. Thank you very much, Tiffany. All right, now, KB, let me find your name just to highlight it so it's up here with these other comments. All right, then let me double check it. Make sure I got everybody for when I get ready to use it. All right, you guys. Thank you very, very much. Hold on, did I see something last here pop up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I'm missing somebody. Hold on. One last time, y'all. Give me a minute. Y'all know we usually take this long to get into a thing, but Elaine, I thought I saw your name. Elaine, if I'm missing your name, please let me know, because I thought I saw it and I'm not sure. Okay, because I don't want to miss putting you in that list. Okay. All right, so y'all let me know if I missed Elaine because I don't see the same thing you do when I'm on StreamYard. Okay, not tonight. Okay, I got you. All right, so I saw something different. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, let's get into it. I'm gonna unlock these gates and we're gonna get into what happened today beyond the gates. It was a lot. It was a little, but it was a lot. It was a lot and a little at the same time. But let's get into it. Gatekeepers, it's time for our daily dose of Beyond the Gates Unlocked. All right, y'all. So here's what happened today before we get into the argument. Martin came home early and Samantha was occupied with pretending not to be glad to see him because she was occupied doing something else. So she was acting like, I don't really see you, Daddy, and I ain't really excited to see you. Martin was like, I'm a little bit confused. I guess they was trying to teach you about you to come home sometime, sir. Because, you know, Martin can get a little wrapped up. But right now, it's not him that's wrapped up. It's Smitty. Okay? Speaking of Smitty, Smitty was over at Jean's, and since he's alone, June points out Naomi to him, and she's like, you know, Naomi's sitting over there by herself, look like she could use a little company because she just, you know, and she was staring into space and everything. So he was like, let me go over here and go see what's going on. So he was like, you must have your mind on Jacob. She was like, it is. And child, speaking of Jacob was down into the tough man's alley. You know what that alley that they got that's supposed to signify you tough if you in here. So Jacob was in the tough man's alley getting praise for doing such a good job so far from the guy with the light colored eyes that's supposed to be no good, you know. So he said, you know, you're doing good. They see you. I'm like, who is they? Because you know, he knows it. Who is they? He was like, they see you. He was like, they. He said, yeah, they see you. You've been doing a good job. We know you've been working hard. So we've been thinking that you're ready for more responsibilities. Now, y'all know in the real undercover world, I'm talking about the real undercover. I don't mean undercover work. I mean the undercover world of when, you know, people that be doing stuff they ain't got no business. In that real sector, you don't move up the ladder this fast. You guys to prove yourself. But then we are talking about kind of white collar crime. We are talking about kind of a white collar, you know, yeah. It ain't like they selling, you know, that hard stuff on the streets over here, nothing. So, you know, I guess you can move up the ranks just for dropping off a couple things where you were supposed to. Now you can get more responsibility, you know. But anyway, he's getting more responsibility. He's like, well, I'm ready. I'm ready. Give it to me. I'm like, child, okay. Then let's do that then, okay? So he was like, well, just tell me what it is. He was like, slow down. I'm going to tell you, just don't be so doggone eager. I was like, yeah, calm down, sir. Now, Ashley was at the hospital and she gets a visit from Derek, right? He stopped by to talk to her and she started talking about how hard she's been working. And he was like, well, you know, you need to slow down. Because I think she said she's been sleeping at the hospital. She's been working so hard. Girl, I guess she trying to help get some money for Grayson. You know, I guess this is what a good girlfriend to do. I wouldn't be a good girlfriend because I ain't about to help you do nothing. Okay, I listen to you. I listen to you. Hold your hand. Tell you like the lady did on Bridgerton. Sorrows, prayers, sorrows. But I can open up my purse. She ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna do it. But I had a feeling that's why she working so hard. Because Ashley it ain't like she need no extra money. But anyway, okay, so he started talking to her. He was like, you need to slow down and, you know, make sure you're pacing yourself. And she's like, oh, you want to talk? And he says, yeah, well, then she gets a message on her phone from Grayson talking about, I'm going to come down there and say hi to you on my lunch break. And hey, do you want to do dinner later? And Derek saw it because he was standing right there. I mean, let's not pretend like if we ain't standing right there. You know, sidebar. Why y'all be acting like y'all don't be looking on people's phones and things? Why y'all be telling that lie collectively out here in these streets? Why y'all be acting like y'all ain't just as nosy as everybody else? Huh? Why y'all be acting like if y'all leave a phone, y'all ain't about to look in that thing? Why y'all be doing that? I don't understand. Because I'm nosy. I'm a look. My intuition say, look. I'm a look. See what I see. And then here y'all come with it. When you look for something, you find something. Well, if ain't nothing for me to find, it don't matter if I look. But anyway, Derek was standing there. He saw what was written on there. He was looking and I was like, Derek, please don't get started. But he didn't. He didn't. But I mean, he was standing right there, so he couldn't help but to see it. So we ain't about to blame him for that. Now, back at the Duprees house, Anita was getting off the elevator at their mansion. And she was limping because she ain't feeling good. You know, it's a good thing to have an elevator in your house. Y'all ain't got an elevator. I got an elevator. Y'all ain't. Yeah, it's just good to have one at the front and the back of the house. That way you ain't got to walk all the way to the front of the mansion to get on the front elevator. I think you should have two. Okay. But she got off the elevator and she limping because she can barely make it. She on them new drugs for this cancer. And she was like, oh, I feel like my body is just betraying me. I can't. This is just too much. And so she was sitting down there talking about how she didn't feel good. Then the doorbell rang. And she was like, I don't care who it is. You sent them out of here today because I do not feel like talking to nobody today. So he was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get rid of the person just that easily. And she was like, who is it, Leslie? Because it better not be no Leslie. But it wasn't Leslie. It's our girl who we interviewing on Monday. Tracy. Y'all already know I be having my eye on this Tracy, baby. Mm-hmm. But Tracy done come back, and she's there because turns out that Vernon flew her in to come and spend some time with her because he knew that this is what she needed. And she was like, Vernon, you didn't have to fly me in. It was very sweet of you to do that. I do have my own money now, thanks to Anita Child. We getting plenty of money, okay? That's funny because she mentioned that. She said, oh, this is perfect timing because I'm going to be on Friday and I'm going to be on Monday. She was like, so this is perfect timing for me to do the interview. I was like, girl, and it is. I just hope something come out where I can look at it and be like, Tracy, I know that. That would be nice. Because I'm telling you, Tracy can't be all she pretended she be now. I don't believe it. But anyway, she said, I got my own money now thanks to Anita setting us up with this tour. And Vernon said, well, your money is no good here. And Anita said, well, I'm glad you came. And Tracy says, we are always better together. And that made Anita smile. They got, I want some articulate friends. I want an articulate round of friends. Hey, Kelly S., I want an articulate. I've always wanted a circle of friends, but child, my friends don't be messing with each other. They don't. I got some great friends, but as the circle go, baby, the circle don't be circling. The circle be like, I ain't messing with her. I don't be bothered with that. No, she ain't about to do it. It's all right. They don't be messing with each other like that. It's no collective. Unless I'm doing something and then they will work together diligently to get it done. And baby, once it's done, they ain't messing with each other no more. That's just it. That's just all, okay? Anyway, now Naomi is just wishes that she could fast forward past all the stuff that's happening right now, especially with Anita, she tells Smitty. And Smitty tells her that she should lean into her support system and her, which is her family. You got a great family. You need to lean into it. And also don't forget about Dr. McCormick that I just introduced you to the other day, Shanice's auntie. He says, because she can help you relieve some of this tension. She's like, am I tense? He was like, and he is. She says, okay, so it's just oozing out of me. And I'm like, girl, yes. You could ask us. We could tell you, girl, you are tense. You are very intense, ma'am. So she says, well, I just might do that. He says, well, good thing, because whatever you tell her is confidential anyway. Smitty, what do you know? Because Smitty, it's almost like she tested positive for that BRCA gene. I ain't just buying that you just concerned, sir. Because you knows it. But we like it. We do. This episode felt like a Monday episode instead of a Friday. Child, but you found out one of the people working in the ring. Really, you found out too, because it's that doctor. It is. Now, while Naomi is over there worried about Jacob is getting the new instructions. As always, don't ask no questions. Move like a ghost. And there'll be a pickup at the Garland Memorial Hospital. He was like, the hospital? I was like, ooh, child, he know everybody over there. I don't know if you need Jacob. Maybe you better tell your daddy to pull you out now because you know everybody over there. From the parking guard to the people working upstairs sweeping the floors, sir. Who you don't know up in here? You be what? So anyway, he says the person is going to meet you in the south elevator. Now this is where I would have messed up as the courier. As the courier, I would have messed up. The south elevator, I'd have been in the north elevator looking. I'd have been in the north elevator looking at the wrong person. I would have. Sidebar. I seen how y'all went over there and ran the numbers up on that man's video that he had up, on Randy's video that he had up. Y'all ought to be ashamed. You ought to be in school learning the trade. You ought to be in a vocational school learning a trade because y'all ought to be shaming yourself over there at that man's thing, running them numbers up like that on that video. Just ought to be shame of yourself. Ooh, but y'all didn't comment. And I know why y'all didn't comment, because most of the people in the comments was talking about working out. And then y'all was like, I can't be the only lusty one on here writing stuff I ain't got no business. I'm waiting for Glory to come in here. Except Glory. Glory was like, I'm about to give it to him. Let me go and say what I got to say. I was like, nah, Glory. And Bilo Didi, that's your fault. Led these people down the wrong path. I was like, oh my Lord. Okay, but anyway, let me get back to this. Now, he said the person gonna meet him in the south elevator. I was like, uh-oh. Now, Linda said, I saw what I saw. And I'm like, child, that man over there trying to teach y'all how to get y'all bodies right. Just Lord of mercy. Okay, anyway, Derek didn't make I'm trying to make sure it's okay. So Derek didn't make any snarky remarks to Ashley about what he saw on her phone. So she was grateful. She's like, thanks for not saying nothing snarky. And he was like, oh, no problem. I mean, I'm just glad that you're happy. And he says, and anyway, I'm there to hopefully see Leah. And she was like, oh, really? He said, yeah. She was like, I might be able to help make that happen. I can't guarantee it, but I'll try. So he hopes that she will agree to a partnership with the clinic and see that it's a good idea. I'm like, child, she done seen it's a good idea because she sees where she could utilize you. And all of you green people down there to that clinic. Is just so easy being green. Green, such an ordinary thing. Yeah, she needs y'all to be green down there. Now, Samantha, meanwhile, was telling Martin about the cotillion and how glad she is that Darnell has agreed to take her. Did y'all see a sidebar that Deanna come? Didn't I tell y'all Deanna was on the way? Y'all down here windmilling with me. Ain't no Deanna. I'm like, no, Deanna is coming. We talking about Deanna a little too much. I know Deanna's coming. And Deanna will arrive next week. And baby, she coming in hot. Did y'all see Billy Taylor? What's his name? Billy Porter. When he was in there talking about that girl and he said, all in that girl face. I was like, now I hope your breath was on point, sir. Because I'm not that confident in my own breath where I could be. He was like, I hate her. I was like, ooh, child, you confident in the breath in the back of your throat. The breath at the front of your throat is one thing. But to be in somebody's face like a Gila monster, blowing out the hot air from the back of your throat, I mean, you really got to be confident in your breath, honey. Billy, you really confident, Billy Porter? If y'all ain't seen that video, baby, he was up in that interviewer's face. And let me just say, as an interviewer, you blow your hot breath in my face like that, I'm going to fall over like I just fell out. I am. Just for the sake of falling, I'm going to fall out. That's just what's going to happen. They're going to pick me up off the floor. All right. Anyway, let me get back over here to what happened now. All right. Now, yeah, Deanna kicking in the door just the way we need her to. Messy. Just messy. Now, anyway, she's talking to her daddy about the cotillion, and she's like, I'm really glad that Darnell, who gave this boy this real black name from this mixed family? His name Donnell. Not Darnell, but Donnell. Now, y'all know we know some Donnells, but really our cousin name be Darnell, and we call him Donnell. So, Vanessa, did you hear the way we were saying Darnell because I got cousins, like I got a cousin Darnell, and we call him Darnell. So did you hear the way that we say Darnell and you name this boy Darnell? Because I'm not sure that I really know a Darnell. Do y'all know a Darnell? I don't. I know I'm off the subject, but I'm just asking y'all. Where I'm from, we have Darnell, and we call him Darnell. Now, is that why you named this boy Darnell? I'm just asking. Am I the only one? Do y'all be calling y'all cousin Darnell? My cousin Darnell is Darnell. Darnell is Darnell. I just thought about that. We ain't got no Darnells in the hood, just Darnells that we call Darnells. But anyway. So anyway, she's like, I'm so glad he's taking me because he's a Banneker man. And the other girl, little Chessie, is so jealous. Francesca, she going with light skinned Raymond Ursher, you know, my ex. And her daddy was like, do you care? She was like, I do not care what she do. I got a Banneker man taking me over. I was like, okay. Okay then. All right. Wait, hold on. We gonna count yours tonight, Var, too, because I see you had to renew your membership. So we counting it too for the thing, okay? All right, so anyway, Smitty and Naomi continue to chat on. You have a cousin, Donnell, be on purpose? See, I got a cousin, Darnell. We call him Donnell to this day. And my family call me Jonfa. And y'all know that ain't my name, but that's the way they say it. Or I have one cousin that says it this way. Hey, Miss Janifist. It's either Jonfa or Janifist. Now, I don't know where these folk got all that from, but I'm just saying that's my name in the hood. Smitty and Naomi chat on, and he tells her that she can help Samantha with the cotillion. You know, she needs to talk about the cotillion with somebody that know what it is to be in the cotillion. And she was like, you know, I'll look forward to that. That'll be a good distraction for me. So Smitty has a call on the phone, and it's her husband. It's Jacob on the phone. So he answers the phone with what we now know is a code. And he says, Bradley Smith, because you know that's Smitty's name, right? His name is Bradley. So he's like, Bradley Smith. And so Jacob says, oh, you can't talk? He was like, yeah, that's right. He says, oh, okay, well, I need for you to talk so we can meet. Why y'all got to meet in the alley to talk? You can tell him what you got to say on the phone. That's how y'all gonna get caught up in some mess. Always got to get up and have your tail showed out over there in the alley. Cause I ain't meeting nobody in no alley. I ain't doing it. I grew up in the hood. I don't talk to nobody in no alleys. I don't do that. I don't be in the alley. I don't do that. But anyway, Vernon leaves the lady so they can talk, right? So Anita said that she saw Tracy's reaction to seeing her like this, and she knows that she looks different. And Tracy admits that she did try to hide it, right? But tells Anita not to be bottling up her feelings like you did before. She was like, now you won't have to goad me this time into letting go. My real feelings are out. You know, I feel like I can be myself with you, Tracy. I'm telling y'all, the fact that Anita is leaning so heavily into Tracy and that Anita is at the end of her chemo, I just have a feeling that this Tracy is going to end up having a backstory in the past with Vernon. I'm going to keep saying it because I know I'm right. Because they might be listening enough where they like, let's write it. We don't know. Okay, but listen. So she was like, I just feel good that I can be myself with you instead of bottling up what because I don't feel like I got to do that. And she says, because with my family, I feel like sometimes I got to be what they need me to be, but it's good to be with a friend that I can just relax. I'm like, girl, all this lean on me. In television world, when you lean on somebody, that be the very one bite you in the booty, but we gonna see what happened. I don't know. Now, but she wanted her to know this battle has gotten to be harder than she expected it to be. Okay. All right, now. Okay, listen. So now June checks in on Naomi, right? And she's like, she's okay. She's like, is Jacob okay? And this is what June wanted to know, right? So she's like, because I ain't seen y'all together lately. So is Jacob all right? You know, one thing they don't mind back here, everybody gonna ask about everybody's business. They don't mind, they don't be hiding. But that's the kind of friend you want somebody to just put it on the table. Girl, we've been talking about it, girl. What Jacob at, girl? So she's like, are y'all all right? She's like, yeah, he's just busy with work. She's like, okay, because he's a good man, Savannah. And you got a big family, so I know, y'all, you got somebody to lean into about whatever going on, unless you want to talk about it, girl. She ain't got nothing to talk about, June. Ain't nothing here. So ain't nothing here to see right now. Because when we get some good gossip going, that's when we'll be all leaned in, okay? Now Samantha says she's trying to keep up with everything, school, grades, everything else, okay? And then the cotillion. And she wants everybody to be proud of her. So she's been trying to do everything like she needed to do, is what she was telling her dad, right? So, well, she said, but just where's daddy at with the food? Well, Smitty is busy in Tough Man's Alley with Jacob now. And he's like, I got to tell you, the plasma ring is connected to the hospital. He was like, what? He was like, yep, it's connected to the hospital. And Smitty is shocked. Jacob said, I got to pick up something at the hospital later. Mm, 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 mm. He said, so it turns out it's not just mobile trucks that they're using. This is big. I was like, it is big. You got to think big. Like the man said, think big. It's big. So, problem is, everybody works there though. Nicole worked there, Ted worked there, Carlton worked there, Ashley, his wife, best friend, work up in there. Everybody up in there, and Jacob know them all. So Jacob, so that's what I'm wondering. How you gonna do a drop off? Ain't nobody gonna see you. Somebody gonna be like, "Hey, Jacob." But anyway, he said it could be a man, it could be a woman. I don't know who it's about to be. And I gotta wear this special hat, and the hat says that I'm the plasma ring market guy on it. No, I'm teasing. It didn't say that, but it may as well have said that because it has some kind of hat that has like a phoenix or a falcon or something on it. It was something like that on the hat. So Smitty tells him to be careful while you got the hat on that says that I'm the black market plasma guy. Be careful. I'm like, yes, please do. Now Ashley makes the introduction to the chief of staff, Leah, to Derek. And Leah to me was looking a little spooked. He goes into telling her about the thing, and she cut him off. She was like, I ain't got time for this. And whatever it is, you really need to get to the community officers affairs and don't be bothering me because everybody be coming through here want a favor, and I ain't got time to be listening to no favor. He was like, but wait a minute. I don't need for this to be something that gets pushed around and then it ends up coming to your desk anyway when I could just tell you what it is that I need and we won't get lost in the shuffle. And I promise that with what it could turn out to be, it could be worth everybody's while. And she said, okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. And Ashley was sitting there watching him smiling like a proud mama. She was. I was like, that's so cute, child. Now, back at the orphanages, June talks about how having to be without her babies was pure torture for her. And Naomi was like, I thought you remember you ain't had no baby. She was like, it's funny how the mind works, girl. My mind had pushed them to the back, but they weren't really in the back, but they was in the back. But, but I'm just saying, girl, concentrate on what I'm saying. I'm saying that it was hard being without my cheering when I remembered that I had cheerings, okay? Girl. Naomi, you ain't have to throw that up in her face because we done moved past that part. Don't be throwing it up in June's face. She was like, so anyway, I know that that's what it has to be for you being without your husband. See, June, that's when you should have thrown that in her face. Girl, look, we over here talking about your husband was missing. I done found my cheering. You don't try it. Anyway, she says, I know it's hard that you're experiencing something that's hard while Jacob is away. Now, Smitty catches Jacob up about Naomi because he's like, how is Naomi? He's like, I was just with over there at the orphanages. He was like, she all right? He was like, well, it's hard for her. And he says, well, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I was like, what's the favor? But they ain't tell us. Now, Anita tells Tracy that this new chemo has her feeling like Satan himself is invading her body. And it makes her angry that her body is betraying her this way because I took care of myself. I did all of the things that I'm supposed to do. And it's just doing things that I did not authorize. I'm like, girl, I know that's right. So she starts to cry and she's angry that she's nauseous all the time, that she can't eat, she can't smell her food. And she says, I'm just tired of it. I'm in and out of the bathroom all the time. And I don't know what I'm going to have to do when I get in there. I don't know if I got the number 1, number 2, or number 3, which is everything. Okay. So they both kind of cry together a little bit. And Tracy's like, how is Vernon doing? You know what, Tracy? You would be concerned about how Vernon is doing, would you, girl? But anyway, she said, he's trying his best to be there for me in my every need. And she says, I'm such a mess, though. So later on, Tracy tells Anita that this is just a phase and that she's going to get back to her fabulous self soon. And that she should try to embrace the good things and remember the good times and see that in her mind. I like that she gave it. This was a good thing to do, visualize the good times. So she was like, what's your favorite thing with Vernon? And she said, taking a ride with Vernon to Rock Creek Park before the traffic hits. It's quiet. It's so peaceful. Everything is so beautiful. And she's like, Now, she said, what's your favorite moment with the girls when they were small, right? And then Anita said, I remember when we were singing and making cookies and Vernon jumped in and I ain't lying. Right there, I saw Tracy kind of roll her eyes just a little bit. Like, girl, I was trying to get off Vernon, and now here you right back on the Vernon. You know, I'm trying to tell you, hey Keisha, when somebody is just a little bit jealous about your man, they don't want to hear you talking about that man all the time. They do not. Now she was able to put up with a little bit of Vernon, but here you is right back on the Vernon when she was trying to talk about the kids. And then you was like, and then Vernon came in. And I'm telling y'all, to me, she kind of rolled her eyes just a little bit. Just a little bit. But anyway, she started laughing. She was like, yes, you know Vernon can't sing, child. Oh, I'm sorry. Vernon had redeemed himself. Vernon took lessons. Vernon can sing a little bit now. Let's not get it twisted. But anyway, she encourages her to lean into those peaceful moments. And then Vernon comes in, and Anita invited him to join them, as she knows that she said, I know that Tracy wants to catch up with you too. I was like, I know she do. Now I know the rest of y'all is not as suspicious about Tracy as I am, but I'm very suspicious of Tracy. Very suspicious. Now Derek tells Leah back at the hospital about the clinic, and she's heard about it. She's like, I heard about that. Many of our top doctors are joining in, and Derek feels an official partnership with Garland Memorial would be the perfect fit. It would even be of great benefit. And she says, you know what? That's a good idea. Because I can run this plasma ring up through there. And since y'all don't know nothing, I could be running plasma out the back door. That's where people could come in and pick up and drop off, and y'all won't even be paying attention. Okay, she ain't said all that, but that's what she was thinking. That's what she was thinking. She's like, it's a good idea. See, now she thinks it's a good idea. She says, you know, this is a very special project indeed. It is. So I'm going to encourage more of the staff to get involved with it, i.e. Grayson and the rest of the people she got working for her up and down. She says, and then I'm going to get our IT department to put it on the hospital website, to drive traffic to it, to let our customers know where to pick up this blood plasma that we running out the back door. This is perfect. And y'all stupid and don't know nothing neither. But you know Leslie gonna pick up on it, baby. Leslie gonna pick up on it. But the sad thing is, who's gonna get blamed for the plasma ring? Will it be Joey? Huh? Will it be Joey? Will it be Leslie? Lord, will it be Derek? No. Hey, Sean B. I don't know. We don't know. But somebody gonna get left holding this bag. We already know that. We already know that. Miss Jen, did you see my comment with the replay crew from Friday's video and panel? I don't know, Sean B. Remind me of what it is, because quite a few people have commented on some stuff, and I've gone through a lot of stuff, and some things I've gotten to respond to, and some I didn't. So remind me what the comment was, and then I can tell you. All right, now. So yeah, she's happy to have to help out with this clinic. She needs to help out with the clinic, child. She do. She was like, yes, let me get right on the clinic, baby, because I hadn't thought about what all I could do. She said, what can I do for Brown? What can Brown do for me? Okay, because I think about it. Now that I think about it, you're right. I need to be involved. All right, so Martin surprises Smitty. He got off early and everything, and he was all like, hey. And Smitty was like, what you doing here? He was like, you know, I'm sick and tired of the family. They responding to me this way. I'm all excited to see y'all, and y'all in here acting like y'all ain't excited to see me. I'm like, well, people busy, Martin. Ain't nobody got time to be giving you no whole da-da-da-da. Okay? Now, anyway, Smitty ain't trying to play. See, Smitty ain't excited because Smitty is busy trying to play Inspector Gadget. And Martin about to spoil things. Because, see, you was out of the way when nobody asking me no questions or nothing. And now here you going to come with the who, the what, the when, the where, the how. I feel you, Smitty, when you trying to sneak and do stuff. Here comes somebody to mess it up. Anyway, Tracy is telling the Duprees about how well the tour is going. In fact, they're adding shows. And she told Anita, she says, here's what I want you to consider doing. I want you to consider coming and we do a show where we give free screenings, and you come back and do something with us and we do it together. And Anita was looking like, that'll definitely be something I would want to do if I can. But I'm gonna tell you something as a singer. Being sick and chemo can jack up your throat. So really, I know Anita's thinking she don't even know if she's going to be able to sing. She may even have to go through some stuff to relearn how to sing because medications and all this different stuff getting older and all that's all this stuff can jack up your voice. You open up your mouth, be like, I can hear the high, and then your voice be like, no, we don't do that no more. We don't do that no more, baby. We don't. And unfortunately, you don't know till you trying to hit it. You like, you're like, ooh, okay, wait a minute. Anyway, she seemed hesitant, but she said, okay, I want to do it. But I know, girl, you worried about that singing voice, and I don't blame you. Now, someone sends Naomi flowers to the diner, and she wasn't at her office. Y'all be quiet. Naomi says she got an office now. But she wasn't there. She was over here at the Orphagene. So they was like, oh, she at Orphagene. So they sent them over there. Do y'all know about delivery companies that be like, don't worry about it. I'll take it to a second location? Because I don't. Child, UPS and all these people just drop your stuff at the door and be gone. I don't know nobody talking about I'll take it to a second location. If she ain't here, I don't know nobody to do it. I don't know nobody. But okay, y'all, maybe up here, maybe rich people get this done, but I don't know. Maybe they gave him a couple of dollars down to the office to bring it over there, but I don't know. Anyway, Derek and Ashley celebrate his big win and she hugs him. She hugged him, okay, and tells him how proud she is. I was like, child, I'm so glad Grayson went around the corner because you know he would have been mad. She said Naomi's office is Orphagene. Y'all so terrible. It is though. We ain't got sets for many things, but y'all could set her up in the hallway at Bill's spot and just put it in the corner where we just see that portion right there because she need a little office. She does. Sean B, what was your comment, baby? You were supposed to put that in the chat so I can see what it is because I don't know what it was. Okay, so anyway, Derek. Okay, I said they celebrating. Okay, so listen, so they celebrating his big win with Leah, right? And so she was like, I'm proud of you. He gets on the elevator, leave. Baby, for about 2 seconds, I was scared. I was like, now I know Derek is not working with these people. Derek, say it ain't so. Because Derek got on the elevator and he left. And I'm like, okay, crisis averted. So then we see Jacob enter an elevator. And he got the hat on with the Falcon of the Phoenix, in flames around it, with the symbol on it. And a woman gets on carrying a bag. And Jacob is eyeing her. And I'm like, we don't know this woman and we ain't got time to be getting to know no new peoples. We need it to be somebody we know. How we going to be suspicious of somebody we don't know? But thank God they just staring. He just staring at her. And I'm like, okay, so is this the lady or not? Right? So the lady in the elevator gets off. Oh, I forgot to say that Naomi got her flowers and it was from Jacob and it said always, thinking of you always. And that comforted her. Okay, but anyway, back to the elevator. So now in the elevator, the lady gets off and then somebody else got on. I'm going to tell y'all, at first I thought this was a woman got on because these ankles and things was looking thick. These thighs and things, and these ankles and things was looking kind of thick to me because they were just showing the person from the hip bone down, right? So I'm looking and I'm like, is that a lady? Nobody got no socks on. We got on gym shoes. Who is this? Okay. So the person came in holding a bag and sat the bag down next to Jacob, right? Jacob still looking ahead. Jacob reached down and picked the bag up. I'm like, oh, okay, boom. We got action. Okay. So meanwhile, they cut back to Smitty, who is preoccupied at the table. And they're like, now, we had said that we ain't going to have no phones on when we trying to spend family time. I'm like, leave him alone. He in the middle of a Snoop Dogg and dog situation. Let the man snoop, okay? So then they cut back to the elevator, right? And the person in the elevator gets off the elevator and Jacob is standing there looking at him and they turn back and Lord, it was Grayson. I was like, nah, Grayson, we already know you was working for these people because you broke as a joke and a ha. Okay. You broke, child. So we already know you was working with the people. And so they was sitting there looking at each other because Grayson looked back. I was like, nah, Grayson. And you could tell that that's what Jacob was thinking. Grayson? I was like, child. And baby, that's what happened today on Beyond the Gates. At this time, I would like to remind you guys about the interview that we have coming up Monday. Why do I remind you about the interview? Because when we get people to come over for an interview, we need as many people as we can down in the chat. If we can get 100 people in the chat, that would be great. So please share it to the pages that you're on, that are Beyond the Gate friendly. Let them, make sure it's okay for you to post over there, and let them know. When I say the pages, I'm talking about the discussion pages like on Facebook and stuff like that. Please don't go sharing it on other content creators pages that are on YouTube, because everybody ain't cool with that. Okay. But if on the Facebook pages where they're just, where people are just on there, it's a page, a lot of times I see people sharing links all the time about stuff. So if you can share it over there, it will be this Monday. Gatekeepers. This Monday, March 9th at 7 p.m., Maria Howell, Tracy on Beyond the Gates, will be joining me here on the So What You Think channel to talk about her incredible career, her music, and of course her role as Tracy on Beyond the Gates. I'll be your host for the evening, and I'm excited about this one. So don't forget, this Monday, March 9th, 7 p.m. See you then. If any of you, like the moderators, have it on your pages, the thing for it that people can share on social media. Let me take these comments down. Hold on one second. Oh no, that's not what I need to take down. I need to get rid of this. Okay. So if you were to, hold on, one last thing. I think I need to take see if I can take this scroll down from the bottom as well. Banners. You go to banners. And which one is up? If you would like to support, which one is this up? Okay, let me turn this off. Okay, so now if you screenshot what's on the screen, it has the QR code on it where it scans and bring you to the page. So encourage people now to come and subscribe to the page. It's free to do so, and all of that. And in the meantime, while we're taking a look at that, I've been private messaging different content creators about the live. Okay, thank you very much for that. On those pages too, the people who create those pages. There's the person who does one of the bigger websites for it. Like, I'm just going to say, I connected with, so I'm going to try to get back with her and see how we can collab on that too. Because I would like to collab with. I have a page myself on Facebook, but I just never looked into growing it because I got too much to do now. I didn't have time to do that. I don't really like I got no team over it. And let me say that differently. I don't have like a team working on putting graphics and all that other, because my moderators are great and they will pitch in and do anything I ask them, but I'm not trying to over ask them to do too much. So I'm just saying, it ain't like we, the moderators, all of us have a team that's working on just that, like that kind of stuff. Throw this up and go do that, and let's go there and grow. Now we not see, ain't nobody getting paid, so can't be asking for too much. Okay, but anyway, let's see. What was this? I was going to say, you can screenshot this picture. It has the QR code in it. You can share it on your pages. See if you can get people to come over here and be here for the interview. All right. So in the meantime, let me get ready because we did make the, your new welcome page, your new now welcome guest with brand new custom landing page. I don't know what that's about. We ain't about to be messing with that. Tracy gonna be, wait, I can't see your comment yet. I'll wait. Let me copy the link. Boom. Okay, let me put the link in the chat. Wait a minute now. Okay. All right, there is the link, you guys. And thanks to our sponsors, we have an open panel tonight. So let me see. I think I created something for this. Okay, this is not long enough, but let's just go to thank the sponsors now. All right, so thank you to Jasmine Williams, Ishante, Peggy, Myrtle Tinsder, Tiffany F., KB Mommy, and to VAR. Thank you guys so much for being a sponsor for tonight's open panel. Because of you, we get to unlock the panel and ArGa. Okay. Got some good stuff up here for us to talk about, to cover. Some things happened this week. It did. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna play the wait, let me go over here and let me pin the comment right quick. So let me go over to YouTube and do that. Give me a second. Doot, doot. All right. All right. So we got that pinned. So let me like the video too while I'm over here. Okay, so we got that pinned up. Miss Lil, I see you. Just hang out for me for a minute. And in the meantime, guys, let me find my thing. The lines are now open. We ready to. The lines are now open, and you know you want to gossip. So,
Share what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Tell me, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Hey.
come on up here. You know you want to gossip.
That's why you my best friend.
Ooh, child, ain't nothing like a good friend to do a little gossiping with. You know what I'm saying? And I look forward to gossiping with y'all. Let me change my earpiece over so I can hear you. Change this to this so that I can hear what's going on inside the computer. All right, Miss Jen been on Tracy from day one. I agree, though, something happening back in the day. Hope it's before Nita. I think it is before Nita. I do. Let me make sure my thing is still on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's before Nita. I do. I don't think that Vernon is the and see, and I really think it was before they even solidified who they really were. I don't even really think Vernon was doing something while they was together, or maybe it was during the time that they had broke up or something. I just hope ain't no babies about to pop up from the past. That would be too much. It would be too much. All right, you guys. Thanks again to our sponsors, VAR, who renewed his membership, KB Mommy, Tiffany F, Myrtle Tinsder, Peggy, Ishante, and Jasmine Williams. Thank you guys so much for being sponsors of tonight's live. You guys rock, okay? All right, you guys, with that, I'm going to open things up. And Miss Leo, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
How are you tonight?
Well, I'm fairly well. I've been coming down with something, but I'm just going to say that I'm okay. And how about you?
Same thing with me. I've been sneezing and carrying on. I got to do my neti pot because they say if you clean your nasal passages, it helps to slow things down. So I'm gonna do that today for sure because I've been sneezing like crazy.
Yeah, and that is good if your sinuses are involved. If you get boiling hot water and put a tablespoon of a table salt and about 2 cups of water and put a towel over your head and inhale it. But you already have a pot, so you don't have to worry about that. But I mean, for people who don't, that will open up their sinuses.
Now, Bilo Didi says, we would love to hear some new voices too on the panel. So hit the link and come on up. Yeah, the panel is open to anyone who wants to come up. If I don't know you though, you're going to have to turn that camera on for a second behind the scenes so I can see you ain't about to do nothing crazy because you ain't about to get my stuff cut shut down. We don't want to see no wings. We don't want to see none of that.
Oh, please.
Because that's what people be doing.
Oh, my gosh. Have mercy.
That's what people be doing. Like somebody I don't want to see all that. Go show that to somebody want to see it. We don't want to see all that. Thank you, Keisha, for the super sticker. Don't nobody want to see all that.
And it would be very nice to have new persons come up. And where is the other girl that used to come up? Oh,
Sean.
Sean, yes. Where's Sean?
She'll come up sometimes. I think sometimes our internet be giving her problems.
Okay, but I agree with the panel, with the people. They anybody can come up and have new voices. You don't just have to hear my voice every night.
No. They're just saying to expand.
No, they say that. I'm saying that. Yes.
Unless you're Maurice, aka Randy. Y'all know y'all. Now you know what? Y'all really gave Randy a hard time yesterday. That's a bad word. Okay, y'all really gave him a tough time yesterday. Y'all did. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Mm.
Just ought to be, but they ain't. But they should be.
I tried to find the link after you went off, and all that had been removed, so I never got in on what people were laughing.
It's still up there.
Oh, I got to try to find
You
that.
don't need to see all that, Miss Lee.
Oh, okay. If it's not, if it's okay, I don't need.
It's a lot. It's a lot of situations.
No, but well, maybe I just will, because you kept saying you could not even.
But here's the thing, though. He was really trying to highlight his working out.
Okay.
I know he wasn't on that. But people
But
mind.
you were laughing, even you were laughing, so you could hardly.
Because of the comments was taking me out.
Yeah, you could hardly properly close the.
I could not.
So he can't compare to turtleneck, then, huh?
What I'm gonna say is, Bilo didn't want to put that link down there yesterday. Now I can't stop folks from linking it, but I if she put the link down there again, she put it down there. But I'm just saying, yeah. But he's strong.
Okay.
He's strong. He's very strong. You know what? Here she goes. What? Ooh la la. Okay, anyway. Okay, I'm not messing with y'all with these comments tonight. I'm not. All right, hold on. Daddy, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
How are you this evening?
I'm not feeling well either.
You're not? Oh, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Y'all been out partying?
I caught the bug, whatever it was, like everyone else did.
Look, was y'all out partying? You could tell us.
No, I was not. No, now Miss Jean, you could never imagine my being out partying. And I imagine some of the people who think that I'm self-righteous, they would love to catch me in some kind of an act, but no, ma'am.
Well, people can't go out and have a nice time.
Oh yes, they can. They don't
That's
have.
what I'm saying. Y'all trying to say Miss Lil can't go have a good time if she want to go out and have some fun. She might want to line dance too. She might want to do electric slide too.
Oh, boots on the ground and
boots on the ground too.
Oh God, ever.
Y'all don't tell her she can't dance and do the boogie woogie and all that stuff no more.
When I first saw that in the holy sanctuary, and that woman had buttocks wide and long enough and large enough for a child to sit on them, I couldn't believe it.
Well, now the Lord makes all types, and everybody be wanting to praise,
Yeah, well, yeah, that I'm sure to a lot of men, particularly, that's something they'd like to look at. But you're already going to get attention. You don't have to put boots on the ground, honey. You just walk in the room, everybody sees that.
Yeah, again. Well, let's get into some of the stuff okay, so next week, Nessa's daughter Dina comes in hot. Told her hot tail mama, she said any kind of man puts that kind of money behind something, she said he ain't doing it for nothing unless you giving it up. Now I don't know nobody get to talk to their mama like that.
No, but you know what? E-Daddy was so happy because he said they annihilated Donnell. Donnell came on with that kind of hostile attitude, but he softened up and said now it's okay for Joey to be with his mom, and his dad is gone and his mom has to move on. But E-Daddy is he's still hostile toward Joey, and he does not like Vanessa, so it was easy for him to receive that.
It also looks like Ted and Shanice are heating things up, whatever that means. And Jacob calls Grayson to tell him that they need to talk before he say a single word about what he saw.
Oh, I saw that. But you know what I can't understand? When we first started talking about this person, if I'm not mistaken, I heard them say when Jacob went undercover, this is a man that they have not even seen. Even Joey does not know him. Now, if you'll go back and remember, Naomi and Jacob met Ashley and Grayson at the bar, and
Mhm.
and they got so hot and heavy until Naomi and her husband excused themselves and went to the table. And Ashley took that man to her house on the first date because you made a comment on that. So how could it be that Jacob had never seen him?
I don't know because that's what I was trying to. Well, he had to know who he was because he was like, "Oh, you could tell they knew each other." So
Absolutely.
I'm thinking, did they ever go out together? Because
Now,
maybe they did go out
I
together.
think Grayson had to have a throwback because you could tell in his mind, but Jacob knew him right away. But they didn't go on a, well, I guess you wouldn't say going on double dating. Remember, Ashley had done something really good with helping Danny to calm down to do her blood test because she's afraid of him, and Madison drew her blood. Well, Jason came around to the desk, I guess, to thank Ashley, and he kind of got a coffee date from her. But instead of going to the cafeteria having coffee or going to the caffeine shack, they met at the bar, and Jacob and Naomi met them at the bar. Ashley and Ashley and Jason Grayson got so heavy, Jacob and Naomi excused themselves and went to the table and joined some more people. That's the night that Ashley took him to the house. Because remember, you mentioned she's taking this man to her house. She's never seen this man before. She took him to our house that first night. So Jacob has seen him, and Jacob obviously remembered him. But Grayson, it seemed like he had to shake himself to kind of remember who Jacob was.
Yeah, I'm wondering though why they looked at each other with such familiarity, and then for Jacob to have to say, "I'm gonna need to talk to you about what you saw." See, it shouldn't have mattered who he saw at the hospital. He was gonna see somebody at the hospital,
That's right.
but that he's calling Grayson means that he knows who Grayson is, or Grayson knows who he is. It spoke to that they know each other.
Well,
I guess we'll know more next week.
and he is obviously he's a runner because Grayson is obviously a runner because if he was the CEO of that thing, they would never have him passing out the plasma. Let me ask you this. Now, please explain to me when people give plasma to put in the bank, are they stealing the donated plasma?
Hold on one second. I was trying to ask this thing something in this talk, and I hate when I ask it something and it starts telling it to me. Okay, now ask me the question about the plasma again.
Okay. Now, remember, he said that the hospital is one of the biggest hospitals, I guess, in the United States, and for them um, to have a contract with them or whatever you call it was a great thing. My question is, I do know in my city they have plasma places where sometimes college students or people who are down and out, homeless, or just have problems with cell their plasma, and they make you wait so many weeks before you can sell it again. Now, at the hospital, I understand that you donate it. You can save it for yourself, you can save it for your family, or you can just give it as a generous donation like the American Red Cross. My question to you, are they stealing the donated plasma from the hospital?
I don't know because I just saw a plasma place not too far from where I live. I was like, so they really be moving this plasma like that? They
Yeah,
buy it.
yeah, people sell it because a lot
Yeah.
of times people are down and out. Students might do it. Homeless people, people who are on low income, or people on drugs, they will sell it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they screen you for drugs, but I know I worked with a man that he wasn't a drug addict, but of course he used marijuana, and he was selling. He used to sell the plasma. They make you wait so long, and then you go back and you sell it again.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jazzy Poetess. Okay, so next week it says Bill seeks out Joey to discuss Haley and Sammy. Jacob thinks his cover's been blown. So
Mhm.
they must know each other. Naomi urges Chelsea to reconcile with Kat. Nicole gives her daughter some much needed advice, and Ashley tries to comfort a distraught Grayson. Tuesday, Jacob does his best to remain undetected. Danny has second thoughts about her upcoming photo shoot. Smitty has an uncomfortable chat with his mother in law, and Vanessa's involvement with Joey causes her to miss out on an opportunity. And Shanice is there for Ted in a professional capacity. Wednesday, Bill and Haley have an uncomfortable. Hold on, let me write something down. Okay. Bill and Haley have an uncomfortable encounter with a Dupree. Kat tends to Anita. Joey has a special assignment for Marcel. Okay. Deanna McBride comes home. So she come home Wednesday. Mona spots Randy and Lynette doing something unsanitary.
Lynette.
Mona spots Randy. Oh, unsanitary. No, they can't be. Are they gonna be kissing? Oh Lord. Okay. Thursday. Vanessa is publicly humiliated. Eva is proud of Leslie. Donnell clashes with his twin sister. Kyle doles out words of wisdom. Kat stuns Chelsea and Tomas with news of her new living arrangements. Friday. Joseph opens up to Vanessa about his family. Kat and Donnell compare notes. Martin confides in Vernon. Grayson receives a threat. Derek and Naomi have a candid conversation about Ashley's love life. The other thing I was going to say is that we are off on episodes because today was episode 244, which should be 245, but remember we got preempted somewhere along the way. And then
we got preempted on the President's Day, remember?
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't air. So today really wasn't a Friday episode. Yesterday, no, Monday should be the Friday episode.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because of Canada. Darn
Right.
Canada. Canada just gets all the privileges.
Don't
this
they
is an
though?
American show.
Yeah. They're ahead of us, darling. You know another thing. That funeral today. That funeral was about 5-6 hours long today.
Oh God, I didn't see it.
And I saw it when they got started. This what your people of color said. They said when they got started, they said we're gonna try to hold this to 2.5 hours. And I said, after it took y'all 30 minutes to beg the people to take their seats so the presidents could come in, I know then y'all wasn't gonna make it. I know they wasn't gonna make it. That thing was on at 11 a.m. and went off approximately around 4.
What?
Mm-hmm. They gave him a great send off. Okay. Bilo Didi said it was as long as Jesse Jackson. His funeral was today, and baby, it was a funeral. Okay. Somebody I know really well, she sang at it today. Although I wish somebody else that I knew had sang at it too, in the sense that one of my favorite, but it was all right. But all right. Anyway, Danny is thrilled that Nicole is living her best life, and I'm just like, girl, so this gonna make two-way with women. You pushing you down the fast lane, but whatever.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
And then Bill goes to Joey, and he's like, is there something about Haley and Sammy that I need to know? First of all, you need to know the Sammy name is Randy. Okay, Jazzy Porter says, Jacob saw Grayson at Uptown with Ashley, and Naomi was all in their business. So Ashley took Grayson back to her place. Oh, yeah.
Remember I told you that?
Yeah. I missed that you said that. Yeah, so they did me. I know that there was a reason why he was like, you. Okay, I missed you. I missed hearing you say that. Okay.
Yeah, because remember you mentioned that she took him to her apartment.
Right.
I just met this man.
Right. They was over at the bar.
Yep. And Naomi got Jacob away from there because I guess she could tell they just needed to be alone. This was an introduction drink, not a date. But after Naomi got Jacob away from there, then Ashley decided that they could finish this game they were playing, something about the nose or something. They could finish it in her apartment.
I'm going to ask you guys too, if you can think of something that you would like to ask Maria about her role on the Gates or about the Gates. Put it in the comments. It may make it into the interview. It may not. We have to wait and see. So just put down what you would like to know. All right. So maybe she said maybe dummy Bill Stalk Bill is buying a clue. Are y'all gonna still put Bill in it? Huh?
I don't know. I just
nothing, and already his name is being defied.
I feel bad. Well, first of all, I do not condone Bill's past lifestyle, but that's one thing. But like my son, E Dad and I were saying, Bill was one of the few men that E Daddy thought had some backbone, and he still does in the business world. But how can you be a giant in the business world and you just manipulated around like a child at your own house? And that makes him seem weak. And I
It,
know we don't have any strong men evidently on there to begin with,
it
and we
be the rich man.
another weak one.
It be the rich man that be, going all up and through. It be the rich man. I see you, Var. Hold on. It be the rich man that be doing it, okay? She said she know it was some good singing today. At the very beginning, before they got started, this lady was singing. She tore the house up because everybody else was singing slow, and then Jennifer Hudson sang, which ain't nobody want to hear her sing nothing. I'm sorry, but I'm like, no. The Fantasia could have come up there and sang, but I'm tired of hearing that Jennifer Hudson sing. I don't want to hear. I agree, unless they want to move along. Okay, all right, Var. Welcome to the stage. How are you this evening?
Hello, how you doing?
Jasmine still trying to wear out Billy. She said Beanstalk Billy is pathetically wet. All right, Jasmine, keep on. Keep on. Keep on. You walking over, but you going to be limping back. Keep on. Oh, Lord. Okay, you guys, let's get into some of the things that happened this week. Haley is seen by Chelsea hanging out with Sammy, and they was talking. I was mad that she started out on the right track of being nosy. And then Haley started crying and just blowed all that up.
Haley's tears are becoming weapons, and E Daddy and I talked about that. There's a certain nation of women, their tears are weapons, and hers is becoming. Even though she is a black woman, but she's becoming just like that. Just that's what E Daddy says. Just turns them off because she's gotten so whiny and feel and pretending to be so fragile, and yeah, that's a turn off.
My mother has told me as long as I can remember that tears expire with men. They have an expiration date. She was like, so don't ever think you're going to control a man with tears. They get tired of that. If you're going to be crying about something, you need to be really crying about something because men get cold to that after a while. So don't never think that's going to be your ticket out.
But she's just
That's
becoming an
right.
expert at it.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pull a rabbit out of the hat forever.
Besides that, if a man make me cry, I'm sad and I'm mad.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we don't want to be doing that, sir.
But I think that's one of the reasons why many of us are called to try to be too strong, because somebody can cut you to your core and you can look at them like Leslie and walk away and you're hurting so bad you don't know what to do because you don't always allow people to come beyond those gates or come around those walls. You know where to stop. As opposed to them, they are actually using their vulnerability as weapons, and they get their way and they go into the office, the manager's office, and then they present their case and how much they've tried with this person and I can't get along with it, and then she cries, then he gets up and gives her his hanky, all that foolishness. That's how they operate.
I think with the Haley situation though, it's a little bit different. I get what you're saying as a man or whoever, you get tired of the tears, but in this situation, his instincts are kicking in to take care and to comfort her. And the fact that she's crying not over some really generic stuff, she's crying because she was attacked. She's crying because she's having flashbacks and feelings of the attack. Has Bill in a comforter mood type situation. And you see, he has that in him, how he wanted to jump to even Danny, when he found out about the situation with the BRCA gene and whatnot. So I don't know. I think it's just a man feeling sympathetic for his woman. Right now.
He's already getting cold toward it because ain't been so many times the man gonna go woo 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 woo, and then
but he's kind of egging it on too. He's egging it on.
I agree with Var on that because you know what, the protective part of that man comes out, the providing part of that man, because our men have been taught for years, for thousands of years, that you are the one in the home that keeps everyone safe. And Bill does not feel that he's kept Haley safe, because why would he say it's his fault. What did he do? He didn't know she needed to protect her. She's been walking around town by herself. So I think VAR has a point. That protectiveness, that need to be a protector is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't think he's starting to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to tell Raven Maniac that I'm addressing something on the screen.
Okay.
They took some of my I couldn't make comments, Raven Maniac, so I don't know YouTube is going through some things, so don't take that personal. They was blocking my comments too. Go ahead, Var.
Yeah, they was taking away my comments as well. One time when I was trying to comment, I would comment, it would post and like disappear. So I went through that myself. But no, all I was saying was, yeah, I just think in this particular situation, I think he's sympathizing with her, and he's actually egging it on, which irritates me a lot. Like, oh man, do you need something? Do you need to go home? Oh man, I know you shouldn't be out there by yourself. Let me have Caroline take you home. Let me do this. Let me do that. Bop, 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 bop. And I think he's not. I think if Haley was doing that on like a regular basis, for as every time she can't get her way, she start crying. Oh, Bill, we can't go on vacation. When? I think if she was doing that type stuff, I think that would get old and played out real quick. But right now, the only reason why she's crying is just bringing up this incident. And I haven't even really heard her cry too much about like Danny and different things. And she would whine about it a little bit, but she wouldn't sit and cry like she's doing now.
But Var, how do you feel about what she did after she did this thing about the home, the summer home they have? How she see her eyes, how she lit up. She like to say, "I won this battle." So she knows she's manipulating him, and what you're saying is that he's showing protective love toward her. But that's one of the things that as women we have to be very, very careful about, because if you want this person to protect you, to provide for you, to be tender to you, then when you get a chance, you use it as a weapon against him. It is not okay.
What was it? You said you wanted to ask me a question. What was the question?
How do
Are
you
you
feel
asking?
about this business of using her tears and then looking into the screen to look like, I guess when I won this battle, he's a fool.
Okay, are you talking about like on the perception that Bill might have saw her like smile? I think I don't know. I just look at that as anybody would smile when you get your way.
When he hugged
Oh,
her.
thank you. I looked at the smile as to say like, oh, thank you. And I get the fact where you're saying it could have been manipulative, like, oh, I got him now. But I think if Bill's seen that smile, I think you would just take that as a thank you, like she's excited that she's actually going to go.
The smile that she did after she got away, and he couldn't see it, but we could see it. You think if he had seen it, it would have just been that it made her happy.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you saw that smile after the fact, she happy. You know what I mean? That she get to go away.
I guess she is.
See, we know way more than they know. So every look, and when she look at the camera and different things of that nature, we were like, all right, we know what you up to. But as far as he's concerned, he has no clue about what's going on, like none. No. I'm hoping next week this conversation when he says that he's having with Joey, I hope that turns out to something. But one can wish.
And look how he's offended how he's almost semi-abused his co-workers or the people who work for him, because they want to question why hell it took it up on herself to remove those documents. I mean, it's gone too far. Miss
Jen got it right though, and I felt the same way when I was watching it. You do not question the boss's wife like this. She is not a regular employee. And I think Tomas got what he kind of deserved. Like, dog, I get it. We in this professional situation, but at the end of the day, that's my wife. Like, you can't talk to her like a regular employee. And I think anybody that worked there should have sense enough to know that you cannot approach Haley like she's a regular employee. You got to approach her with the same kind of tact that you would take with Bill. And he darn sure wouldn't approach Bill that way.
Now, I agree with you on that 100%. But what I'm asking is that when she was gone and after he had bawled them out, why did neither one of them go to him and say, why didn't Tomas go to him and say, Bill, I realize you're upset. This is not an acceptable situation that happened to your wife. And I do empathize with you, but I'd like to let you know I followed protocol. I put those papers in Caroline's basket. I would never ask your wife to run an errand for me.
Didn't he kind of do that? I thought he did do that. I thought he did tell Bill.
Way past all that first
Yeah.
day. Remember, he had dogged them out. He dogged them out good the first day, but yeah, I way past that. Then he went,
Okay, I ain't get that neither.
yeah,
I didn't get that neither, and I don't know why either him or Caroline didn't speak. Like, whoa, Bill. No offense, but I didn't ask Ellie to do that run. Like that was weird to me. But they write stuff for her, whatever. But that was weird to me. I think anybody would have spoke up and be like, "Yo, Bill, that wasn't me."
but they talked to each other. Remember,
Yeah.
Caroline and the lawyer said, Tomas said, I followed protocol. I dropped them in your basket, and that means that you get the carrier. And then Caroline realized then she had been used because she was not given a chance to contact the carrier because the papers were gone. And that's all I'm
hmm
saying. I agree with you 1,000%. You can't
Yeah.
bullshit your way up and tell a man about his wife. Yes, I'd agree. We leave her name completely out of it and just say, I'd like you to know I followed protocol. I put
hmm
them in the basket. This is my understanding of where they go. When I finished, I put them in Caroline's basket. You're through. You don't have anything to do with whether Caroline called the courier or not. Then Caroline can step in and say, I did not call the courier because nothing was in my basket.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that too, but a lot of times I look at it like, it's just the writing pushing the storyline forward. And although I was disappointed in the moment, the fact that he didn't say nothing, as much as I want them to wrap this up, it does make for an interesting, storyline situation. I really enjoyed the fact that him and Caroline, when they was conversing back and forth with each other, trying to figure out what's going on, that was entertaining. And I think they do certain things like that to get us to those kind of moments where you're still second guessing and you're still hoping that they all get together and kind of put it together. But unfortunately, it's not. It's like everybody got different pieces to the puzzle, and once they all sit down, they can definitely put the puzzle together.
That's true. That's true. They can. But I think Caroline is becoming more suspicious, and she should be, of Haley. I don't think Caroline is buying all of Haley's all that Haley is selling.
I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not. But the way she came into Mars and the way she was comforting Haley when they got back to the house and different things of that nature, I don't know. It has me second guessing. But I hope Caroline still got her antennas up.
I hope so too.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, Haley's cunning. And see, I don't consider Haley a real villain because she doesn't alter her villainy. She wants to play the villain, yet she wants people to like her. And she wants people to care for her. And that's counterintuitive. If you're the villain, then nobody's gonna like you.
He said
I'm sorry, go ahead.
wants to play the villain, but yet on the other hand, she's soft around certain people and she wants them to embrace her and like her.
I don't think Haley wants to play the villain though. I think her thing is the villain behind the scenes, but to everybody else, she wants to be sweet Haley. Like her goal is to be sweet, naive, doting Haley, and that is the role.
Anyways, Var, I had to encounter those kind of people at work, and I hate those kind of people.
Yeah,
They ruined a portion of my life. So I'm sorry, Var.
yeah. Yeah, no. Like I think I think she is a villain to us, but don't know. Like she's not trying to be a villain to nobody else,
Right.
because because she her whole persona is not to be a villain, so she's doing a great job at it, looking
Yeah.
like she's naive and I'm not a threat to nobody, and I'm just this whiny, crying little baby. When in actuality, she's a stone cold assassin.
Now that's what E Daddy was talking about. She's playing a two-parted person when the time is right. In the
Yeah, she's going straight. I
yes,
think she makes the best villain. I think people like that makes the best villain because you don't see them coming.
that's true.
Nobody sees Helen coming. Nobody. And when it happens, it's like, whoa. Like she got to do a great job for like this last year of acting like she's like dumb and naive. She's doing an excellent job with that. She has to keep Bill interested and roped in. She's been doing an excellent job at that. And when she has a situation where Bill is kind of looking like he's pulling away, she always finds a way to pivot. If it wasn't for the whole, situation with her friend and how she helped her, plan the robbery and different things of that nature. From that to the whole miscarriage situation, she's constantly having to pivot to maintain her role. And I think she's handling it like she's good at her situation.
You're right. As an actress, she's pulling it off. But I think E Daddy was looking at it more like living a two-way street. Living two
I
sides.
agree with him.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with him.
an actress.
Like they the worst kind of people in real life. They the worst kind of people, but I think they are the best villains though. You get what I mean? Like I agree with them wholeheartedly. Like in real life, you don't want nobody being two-faced to you at your job and different things of that nature. You don't want that. But for to be a villain though, and I think she got it down.
And you know what? There's a lot of people, even though Bill, they don't like what Bill did to Danny. A lot of people do still like Bill as a person, and even though he may have done some really criminal, dirty things, with Kenny and that young man that Miss D was talking about, the white man, and he's done all those things, but people still see him because of his ability as a lawyer, his ability to take control, his ability to win and to get. And society loves winners. And so there's a lot of people who still really do like Bill. I mean,
Are you talking about on the show, or are you talking about in real life?
on the show. I don't know anything about him personally.
No, I mean like his character. So like I still like his character, but I don't think Bill is really like that on the show. I don't know. Like they
Have you ever said anything about him in front of Miss Jen?
Oh, okay, sir. If you're talking about in real life, I love Bill as an actor. I like his character, even though he's annoying me right now because he's being like he can't see it. But I do get the fact that we see more of him, so I like him as a character. But on the show, I don't think too many people actually like Bill as Bill. You get what I'm saying? I don't really see that.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. You think that they don't like as an actor, the roles that's being written for him, they don't like.
Yes. I think the people on the show, like you know what I mean, like Tomas Brooke, the actor. I'm not. You get what I mean? Like I don't think that he has any friends. It seems like you never hear about him with any friends or anything. So I don't know. I don't know how he's beloved on there. I do know that he has associates and people that possibly he do business with.
Owe you a debt. If you're going to be my friend and you can only come to me when I owe you a debt, I don't want that kind of a friendship. I want the friendship that we can talk, we can laugh, we can agree, we can disagree, we can share pictures of our families. That's a friendship. You just having to play ball with a lawyer because the lawyer's boss is the prosecuting attorney or something, and he can get the case thrown out. That's just a debt that this person owes you because you got his son out of trouble.
Let us pause some of these comments on the very same subject. KB Mama says Bill is an awesome guy. Pound vying for a future interview. BD says YouTube was okay. They're talking about the comments. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Another reason Bill is treating Haley that way is because she's trying to prove he's over Danny. Jasmine says Big Bad Beanstalk is being played by an embryo bride in a push-up. Who would ever respect him again? And then
embryo bride in a push-up is wild.
I keep hoping Bill is into her, but no. Bill is my kind of guy, but he's dumber than dirt and quite pathetic in his groveling to thus whiny, annoying, manipulative little gnat, not a tramp.
Shout out to the comments.
I wonder if Real Talk is listening tonight. This is painful for her. I'm pretty sure if she's
Jazzy Poet says, I like Bill, but I need him to wise up. But I had seen some more stuff up and said about Bill. You know, I ain't had to throw y'all no warning shot in a while. Just hold on for a second. Hold on for a second, because y'all just in here going in on my Bill. Y'all trying to call a beanstalk on the slide like I don't know what y'all talking about, but okay then. Okay, hold on. Let me find it now. Stuff gets moved around here because hold on, I got something else in here too. Let me make sure I'm not hitting the wrong thing. Okay, yeah, this is the one I want right here.
Say something else about Bill. Say something
Y'all keep calling for it. You gonna get it. Don't worry about it. But anyway.
But no, what I was about to say was, I agree with you. In real life, that's the kind of friends that I would want, as what Miss Lil was saying. But in the profession, business relationships and people owing you and different things is a lot more valuable, I believe.
Well,
Because you can have that kind of fake
I,
friendship, but as long as you owe me, then you kind of got to do what I want you to do, and the friend don't have to.
okay,
A true friend.
I agree with you 100%. But what I'm asking you, separate the debtors from the friends. And if you
Mhm,
that way, he has a lot of debtors because he's done favors for people, and he can call it in. But
mhm.
how many people that he can go and just have a glass of wine with,
He
or
has nobody, even to the point where, like, it's kind of clear. I know it's a soap opera, we don't really see everything, but even down to the point where he needed to invite Danny and her whole family to come to the wedding,
blackmail.
and it was just employees and the Duprees family and a couple other people.
That's
Kind of shows you, his level of like friendships
right.
in society.
I agree. There's a difference between holding something over my head, and I'm going to remember when my son could have done maybe life in prison and you were there. It's a difference
Hmm.
between that and a person that just likes you for you. There are some people that just like you, Var, for you. And I'm sure you
Absolutely.
pay them to be your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, like in the business sense of it all, it's good to have those people that owe you favors a lot of times, as opposed to having more people that are like, I don't know, truly your friend and you can't really get nothing out of.
But
At the end of the day, it's kind of like, what can I get out of you?
I'm a little bit
That's
concerned.
not what I want, though. That's not what I want. Go ahead, I heard you.
I'm kind of concerned now about, since Joy has found out Sammy is playing a double role and Sammy doesn't know that Joy knows it. I'm kind of finding. Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he
He
does.
knows. Yeah, he
Yes,
knows.
he does. Yes, he does, because he introduced him as what's her name
Can you
called
bring me a brush?
in front of Joy. Now, how is Joey going to use this to his advantage? Reveal has been the one person that it seemed like Joey couldn't blackmail. But what is he going to do with this information?
He can't blackmail him with this because he can only blackmail Haley with the information.
That's right.
That like, yeah, he don't have nothing over Bill's head per se. He only has it over Haley's head. And I don't know, man. I'm hoping next week, this conversation that they supposed to have leads to some fruit coming out of it. But unfortunately, they like to string us along.
And I
So,
just hope they hurry up and get to the point. I know a lot of people agree with me. They've been saying it's been a year now, and she's been dropping for several months. Nothing happened to him, and we just waiting and waiting and waiting.
mhm.
Now she got to stop dropping because Grayson is testing the blood. So we just waiting and we just waiting.
All right, you guys. Well, what about
I can't
Lynette?
definitely bring me
Lynette
the brush.
seems to really be winning. She done got her
I can't
case
bring
dropped.
Haley.
She's staying at the hotel for free. She got she wish what they the work they did on the case has been you know eaten up, and she got that ring.
Mm.
Hmm.
What y'all think about Lynette?
I think she's going to get in trouble. My sweet little June, who I love so very much, I believe has almost um, a memory that is like an elephant. And I'm not sure that if Joy ever said the
Mhm.
right thing in front of her, she will not identify and describe that ring to a T.
Mhm. I
I
can't
don't.
disagree with that.
I'm sorry.
I said I can't disagree with that. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Lynette, she's in a perfect position. I know you had asked one time who has the most control or whatever, and Lynette, she's in a prime position because Haley can't say nothing about her because anything she says, she can turn that right around back on her. And pretty much now, her case has been dropped, so she has nothing to lose now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Haley got everything to lose. She has absolutely nothing to lose.
Mm.
But did you notice that Haley became very anxious when the mod said that she was a ghost online? Haley was happy to hear that, I think, because Haley it realizes that if they can ever tap into the past of Lynette as being a scammer, she can pull other people down with her.
Now my whole thing's gonna be okay. So you got the case dropped. You did all this. What will Lynette try to get next out of Haley? Because she's not done.
Hey Terry. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
No, I was saying how to Terry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, no, I'm saying she's not done. Like I'm trying to figure out what more she gonna be looking for. And then the next question is, how long is Bill gonna pay for that hotel?
I don't know.
He not paying for it.
No, I thought he said he would.
Yeah, but Haley is paying for it and Bill don't know.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, what's gonna happen is who gets the receipts?
Now that I don't know. She might have, the way
Bill
she
gotta get
saying, she probably got some money stashed, some cash.
nah, them credit cards receipts gonna come to Bill. They gonna come to
Be
Bill, and I
like, look,
think
Bill,
Bill
I
gonna see
wanted
it.
to take care of her. I wanted to take care of her.
Bill's gonna see the receipts and
Save
have
my
a
life
cow.
and the baby. I'm waiting to see. Wait a minute. I'm waiting to see how she gonna end up staying. Is she gonna get a job? Is she going to school to work at is she
Miss
gonna
Jen.
answer the phones?
Miss
Lynette
Jen.
ain't going nowhere. Lynette ain't going nowhere.
Miss Jen. Is Lynette
Lynette
gonna
ain't
get a
going
job?
nowhere. Lynette may marry Carlton. Y'all don't know.
Lynette ain't going to no school. Lynette ain't getting no job.
But
Lynette
you,
ain't
Why
going
when you
nowhere
got your
either.
money train? Why am
it,
I going to work when I got the money train right there?
it would be very sad, in my opinion, for this to happen to Carlton. Now, first of all, as you all know, I am no fan of Carlton's. I do admire his manners. I do admire the old style kind of way that he approaches families and women. But the day he sat there in that dining room and kissed that married woman right in front of her husband, and then had the nerve to ask her permission to leave the table so she could talk to her own husband. He just did it for me. I don't care how fine his shoulders are, how his fade looks, how coarse his voice is. I don't have respect.
And I can
And
do
more
better.
than
I haven't liked Carlton since the concert because Ted gave Carlton those tickets, and all Carlton did was bash Ted during the
nah,
concert when
nah,
he
all
wasn't
I'm
around.
all I'm saying is that his more than his shoulders is fine now. I'm just
And
saying.
Oh yes, oh
I,
yes. I don't try to take anything away from him. He is a good-looking man all over. He's got a nice face structure and all of that, but that
Don't it?
move me. But I see what other people are seeing in that. That
Nah, I see it.
I
see,
lost.
I don't
You know.
see. I don't disagree with what you said per se. Like me personally, I feel as though he totally disrespected man code and the whole thing with that. But my deeper question is, oh man, if you truly love somebody
Hmm.
and you truly think that that person is the one for you, do you not do everything that you can to get that person?
But
If you
looking,
feel as though that's truly your soulmate.
but Var, look at the way he talks about honor, respect, and all of that. I'm not saying I do. Even you and I both agree that you don't think to date his co-worker's wife was cool.
Oh no, he was wrong. I think he was dead wrong.
Okay, but he might want her desperately. If you got
Yeah.
all that honor, okay, look at me. You say I got all this honor. I don't believe in A. I don't believe in B. I got all these walls up, and all of a sudden I come strutting out here with a deacon who's legally married to someone in my church. What would you say?
Oh, that's foul. I'm agreeing with you. Like I'm not disagreeing at all. But what I'm saying to you is, how can I put this? I've never been in that situation, but I'm not disagreeing with you. But I'm saying, if you truly love somebody to the point where you would do anything to get with that person, I think that character is supposed to be Carlton. I think he's been wanting Nicole all this time, and he could never get it in.
You
And I
remember?
think he found it in, and he's trying to take it. In some ways, I kind of respect that, but in other ways, I despise it because it just goes against everything that I believe in.
And you
But
remember?
I can't say I wouldn't do the same thing if I truly, truly love the person. I don't care what nobody thinks. I'm going for what I want.
He
It's kind of catch-22.
he kind of jokingly said that he's had his eyes on her since kindergarten, and even her father had to notice that at parties he was filling her champagne glass. What would I look like filling Miss Jen's boyfriend or her husband's champagne glass? What
Now I don't want him no more, girl. You can take him. I don't want him.
Do y'all believe in true love?
I know the problems that you're signing up for. If you think you can do better, go ahead on.
Oh,
Do y'all believe in true love, or like it's like somebody's out there that's like truly your soulmate? Like, do y'all
Yes,
believe in
I
that?
do. I do. I do.
And if you thought you felt that person that is truly your soulmate, would you do anything that you could do? See, y'all women, y'all normally
If
like
we
to
soulmates,
the
what we
men
breaking
come
up
to you.
for?
Say that again.
If we soulmates, why we breaking up for?
No, they didn't break up. She was. Carlton believes probably that she was with the wrong dude all these years. She should have been with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if you truly believe that with all your heart and soul, it's like, wouldn't you do anything that you could when you got the opportunity to actually get that love of your life? Because he seems like he ain't worrying about nobody but Nicole.
Yeah, and Nicole ain't worried about him.
Yeah, I know that's the sad part too.
I'm like,
That's the
child, you gonna
sad
get you a
part.
little hard, bro.
But no, on one
That's the
hand,
way it go. People want the person that don't want them, and they want the person they ain't got no business wanting. That's what be happening.
yeah, yeah. And on one hand, I think he'll move heaven and earth to get Nicole. Unfortunately, Nicole was his is his friend's ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was just in a bad situation. But I really think he really, really loves Nicole. He was willing to give away a friendship, his best friend, for her.
Mm.
I agree, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that you got a ticket from 10. All you did was bash him during the entire concert.
Oh yeah, he was bashing Ted from day one. First time I see Carlton, he was bashing Ted.
Was he bad mouthing? Well, yeah, he was like, but was he lying? He told him, he said, "You're gonna lose your woman if you don't straighten up."
You need me to step in there and handle her for you, man? I can come in and I can come in. He was like, yo, that's still my wife, man. What you talking about?
Well,
No, I'm
listen, I'm
just
gonna tell
saying.
you something. I ain't about to bring nobody with too much of stuff around my man on a regular basis anyway, because anybody could be tempted be tempted by the devil.
yeah,
Now,
thank you.
you ain't gonna have too much stuff around up in here, half clothed up in my house around talking about we friends, girl. You gonna be in here.
And some of us so-called saints of Father, you open your house up and you're so generous. You've got such a big heart. You bringing these women and parading them around your husband. You need to stop it and need to understand what is yours is yours, and it's you get access to him on a limited time. When I'm there to see what's going on, as Miss Jill would say, you don't pour my man in the champagne.
Okay.
On a side
No,
note,
I
though,
ain't about to do it.
oh, on the
Go
side
ahead.
note, though, with Carlton, he plays almost the exact same role on a show, Divorced Sisters, that Tyler Perry has. If y'all get a chance, check that out. He he's in like a similar situation on there.
You're just making him play these roles, poor baby. I know he can do other roles.
He got the similar role dealing with a
It was like
female who has a
he look
husband.
like a woman stealer. Let's get him to do it.
Yeah, he's dealing with a female on there who has a husband. He cheated with her, and
Oh Lord.
it's a whole thing. I ain't gonna give it away, but it's
Oh,
a whole thing with that.
Carlton. Poor Carlton.
That's his role. That's his character.
I
He's being
want
typecast.
All right, y'all. Bill want a baby.
Mhm.
Is
Oh
Bill
wow.
gonna get this baby?
What do you
No, not never. Not never. And the
Mm.
dumb
Isn't
thing is,
that
Hallie making it. I didn't get it. Hallie's making a big deal to the point where she had to go have a sit down with Sammy, Randy, whatever. Oh my God, Nelly wants a baby. You know how to play the role. You have your birth control, your birth control pills hidden, and you just be popping them things and don't tell him and act like you try. That's it.
and
She
another
already got a
thing,
doctor on the payroll.
why do they choose public? Sammy has already been identified by Joey. To me, the writers are just using us as if we're dumb. Then you
Mm-hmm.
bring her to meet in a public place where all the people from the hospital hang out.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy. And get into an argument with him, and his daughter is sitting there thinking that she needs to take care of you because maybe he's abusing you. And you know, with this women stuff going on now, all this liberalism, everything is the man's fault. Now, men have done a lot of dirty things, and women too. But all of a sudden, you got to protect her.
Hold on for a minute. All right, Tiff, good night. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for becoming a gatekeeper this evening and for your super sticker and being a sponsor for tonight's panel. We will see you Monday for the interview and be on back at next Friday now. Don't work too hard tomorrow. Yeah, so y'all don't think she gonna give him no baby?
You know she not gonna give him no baby, Miss Jim.
She can always have another little Invisalign pop up.
She don't
I think
want
she
to
gonna
give
get
him no baby.
pregnant and not mean to. I think she about to make herself fall out.
No, that's a possibility, but I don't know. I'm sure she taking them birth controls like regular. I'm sure she's on that like nobody's business, man. She's not trying to get pregnant.
She gonna be in there like, what you mean I'm pregnant? Be on purpose said, Jen, I'm watching the live from our hotel we not paying for. Lynette says, hello, everyone. Tell Lynette we said, hey, and come on over here and do an interview. We have things to talk about.
It benefits her men to have a baby by Bill, though.
It does, but she just, I don't know why I don't
Where the benefits come
understand
from?
why you got all this stuff and you need to unalive this man. That's just pure greed and stupidity.
Yeah, she don't need the baby to get what she want, because if she had her way, Bill would be unalive. She would get the $10 million life insurance policy and whatever else money that he has, squirreled away. That would probably be some money to her, some money to his kids at the end of the day. So she's looking to come home with a nice lump sum if something happens to Bill. I wouldn't want to be saddled down with no kid at that point. Not at all. She's not looking at it like a regular woman would in that type situation where it's like,
She got a
I get
nice
this rich
lump
man to knock
sum
me
now.
up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of women, women that's not on no scam and stuff, is like, if they get knocked up, then, the rich person got to pay them child support now for 18 years. She ain't looking for that. She's looking for the instant payout. So, nah, she don't want no kid. She want him going.
Sean B, no, I didn't see your comments. I'll scroll back up and see what I can find. She says Carlton is most definitely bashing Ted from day one. Mm-hmm. Let me see if I see another one. Because I don't search for comments like that. If I see something, I click on it, and then sometimes I'll just go down from there. So, oh wait, I think I just saw your name again. Hold on. I agree with VAR. Oh yeah, I had to highlight this before. I agree with VAR about the way Caroline came to Tomas. That's going back a little bit, but okay. Divorced Sister is still coming back on 25th. Yay. Okay. All right.
I think
So
that's just coming to BET.
Speaking of babies, I thought it would be fun to look at these pictures that the cast posted up of themselves. So here we go. It says, "This is who grows up to be Anita's #1 fan." If y'all can see the screen.
Oh, I got my phone down. It's charging.
Okay.
Let me see.
And then this one says, "This is who you're asking to ill Bill." Oh, Haley was a cute little girl. Yeah. This is who you're asking to have kids of her own.
Is that
Naomi?
Oh yeah, you know what? Because for a minute I had to lean in and go, wait a minute.
Yeah, they got to be Naomi.
Okay, this is wait. Let me take this comment down because I can't read it.
Is that Jacob?
This is who grows up to make Billy Goat regret his. Who called Billy a goat? You know what? Vanessa, the one that had posted this on her page, she said, "This is who grows up to make Billy Goat regret his choices." Oh, you over here calling Billy a goat, girl? You better be glad you ain't over here because you would get this work.
Bill was brown there.
So that's Andre.
Oh, that's Andre. Oh, that's not.
Yeah.
This is who's advising your kids at Banneker.
What's her name?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my.
This is who you're asking to keep your apartment clean.
Asking to keep your apartment clean. What would you ask to keep your apartment clean?
Is
I don't
that
know.
Smitty?
Derek.
Oh, bless his heart.
Derek asked to keep your apartment clean? That don't go
Yeah,
right.
no, yeah, because it was sent to. So it might have been because these are pictures that they were sharing with each other in a private chat as a crew. So this is Derek because that's what Ashley asked him to keep the place clean.
Oh, good.
Okay, this is who's going to protect Fairmont Crest. Oh, look at
Check it out.
Jacob. He was so cute with them hard bottom shoes on. Him mama got him the good shoes.
Yes.
This is who you're asking to run a fashion empire. Look at them jaws on
Chelsea.
this girl. Look at them jaws on that baby.
Oh, yes. Yeah. She was a pretty baby, too. Yeah, Chelsea.
This is who definitely didn't have his girlfriend's husband unalived, allegedly.
Is that Joey?
That's Joey.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I like that dog on his back. That's cute. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's Joey.
This is who you're asking to control her mama.
Oh, my gosh. That's my Eva.
Oh, eating up the plate, Steph. Get back. Get down.
This is who grows up to sleep with your sister.
Is she biracial?
That would be evil, wouldn't it?
Is Eva biracial?
No, that's Tomas.
Lord have mercy, please.
This is who you're asking to win Nicole back.
Ted.
Lord, Ted. Yeah, he's cute.
That's Keith.
Yeah, he's cute.
That's cute. And this is who you're asking to be the first lady of Fairmont Crest. It's Anita.
Anita. Who was the very first picture that you put on? I didn't get that.
This one here?
No, the very first one that you showed us about something about Anita.
Yeah, this is who grows up to be Anita's #1 fan. That's Vernon.
Oh, that was Vernon?
Yeah, that's Clifton Davis.
Oh, my. Oh, Lord. Okay.
We should have known about the black and white.
Gosh.
All right. This is who you're asking
was Bill.
to fix. This is who you're asking to fix what no amount of Febreze can cover up.
Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole is. She is biracial, though, isn't she? But it's even.
I think so. This is who you're asking to launder your money.
Oh my God.
She was a cute little girl.
But that's not Vanessa. Oh my, yeah, she was cute, but
This is who you're asking to be your fixer.
Bill.
Oh, that's Bill?
Oh, that's Bill. That's my Billy Bill. He was a cute little baby.
He was a cute baby. But Bill is good looking now.
And he is.
Yeah, he's good.
This is who's breaking all the big news in Fairmont Crest.
Shanice?
Hold on.
No, this is
Anastasia.
Is this Grayson?
No,
breaking all the news in Fairmont Crest. That would either be Shanice or Anastasia.
But they can't see this picture right here with
Smitty. Let me back up because somebody said that this picture here is a picture of Big Belly Bill. Even in his baby pictures, he can't catch a break with y'all.
He's a beautiful baby.
All right then. All right then. Y'all want to do it? Y'all want to do it? Here we go.
She heard you, and guess where she headed to? Tell them, sis.
Down to these comments, they done got started by my beat.
Ziggler makes it back to his feet.
Oh, you had
Is he
something
gonna
to
deliver
say? Come on, wait. Oh, come on. And you too. I heard you joining in, talking about Bill. Now, let's get it. Don't run now.
I mean, as soon as I do one more, okay, I'm tell you what. I'm tired now, but don't start no more stuff about Bill, okay? Y'all better leave Bill alone. I done told y'all. I better be playing with y'all about Bill. Okay, let me get up here to finish up these pictures. Hold on. All right. It says, this is who you're asking to go to jail.
Is it
Leslie?
Les?
That's Leslie.
No, Leslie was a different looking baby, wasn't she? She didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like now she's got such prominent bone structure, but she was a pretty baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about
She's a
looks.
pretty baby.
I
Like
would
she
never
got
see
some
her.
good sugar.
Yeah, like her, see her grow into the structured woman she is now. But she was a pretty baby. She was.
Mm-hmm. This is who you're thinking about pulling out a pow pow at your wedding.
Oh my
Danny.
gosh.
Look how chunky Danny was.
Yes. Oh what?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Oh yes, she is. I think part Puerto Rican too, but
And
she
then
was.
this is who grows up to be known as Little Fancy.
Is that?
It's
Is that?
Fancy Drew. It's Fancy Drew. I'm sorry.
Oh, that is Cat.
That's Cat.
She was a pretty child too.
She was beautiful.
Hmm.
Still got that same pretty smile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought that was cute when they posted those. I like those. All right, let's get back to what happened this week. So Bill ain't getting no baby, y'all say. Um,
No.
was Carlton talking to Vernon the wrong move for him to make?
No.
Yes.
Why y'all think
Uh,
that?
you can go first.
Oh, I thought first of all, if you're supposed to keep your head down, you never hold eye contact with the person who's delivering the plasma. You certainly don't go on the telephone and let him identify your voice. You've just given yourself away.
No, she was talking about Vernon meeting with, Carlton meeting with Vernon.
Yeah, I said was
Oh,
Carlton
Carlton.
meeting with
Oh, I'm
Vernon the
sorry.
wrong
I
thing
thought
for
you
him
were
to
talking
do?
about Jacob and Grayson. Oh,
Mm.
okay. Okay, go. You go first on that, Vaughn. The only thing I think about with Carlton, as I said, and I must give him what he do. I think he is showing manners. He's showing that he was raised in a home where standards were. I also think that he is being played because he's allowed someone who is who's acting as a player to reel in him, put a hooks in him. That part of him is a little bit. I have a little bit of empathy for, but I also think too going to a man asking for a 50-year-old woman's dating privileges did not make sense. So I don't know if it's wrong or right. I just don't think it was something that I would do because if you can't hold a woman, you can't even get her to commit to a date. What is dad is supposed to do?
My daddy would have been like, so it sounded like she was about to tell you no, because otherwise you wouldn't be over here.
Thank you.
But I think it was the right move. He wanted to kind of get like somewhat of an in the situation, ingratiate himself with her dad. And, that could possibly lead to some brownie points to his side. Maybe, knowing how much that Vernon has sway over his kids and different things of that nature, maybe he can kind of find some goodwill in that. Whereas though Vernon might say something in a positive way about him. I don't know.
But
I can't see where it was like a bad move other than maybe Nicole might be mad that you went to her dad. And it's like, we not even like that for you to go to my dad.
that's right.
Outside of that, I could see that was I don't know.
Now we're
Vernon
not
liked it.
talking about a 15, even a 19-year-old, a 50-year-old who has grandchildren. Number two, if you were that much to Nicole, you don't ever have to ask daddy's hand. Even in younger years, when men did ask their daddies, it was just showing respect because the girl has
Mhm,
already decided that you are her person. But when you got
mhm.
to, it's almost like you groveling. You don't need to do that. Look in the mirror. Now, even though you're not my favorite, but the average woman on the streets would jump 55 feet high for you. Look in the mirror. Pull your pants up and be a big man. Even though you're hurting on the inside, go on your way and let her do what she's doing. Because actually, and some people might have disagreed with me, but the way Nicole is dropping low and spreading wide, I don't know any men who would be with her.
Now,
Listen,
based upon what
I'm
you all
sorry.
have seen about Carlton, just based upon what we've seen written or on the screen about Carlton and Dr. Rollins, if you had to choose one of these men for her, which do you think is the worst choice for her to make?
I don't really think Dr. What's his name? Dr. Rollins, I wouldn't trust him 2 feet because obviously he's only interested in sex. Did you notice that when she tried to get an answer out of him, he said, well, there was some amenities because he's between all of these medical facilities. But it's good to have a neighbor you can get a cup of sugar from. And she wanted to know more than a cup of sugar. Do you want to go now? She's leading this man onto her home. And no, he's not. I think right now he's just having a good roll in the hay.
Now, see, I disagree with that like a little bit. From the initial, Dr. Rollins wanted something with her. But he's man enough or secure enough to say, whatever you want, however you want to take this, we can take it that way. You
Now,
know, he's not showing that he's too desperate. Whereas like, yo, if you don't want to be my woman, then I can't be with you. No, he's showing her.
that's
Hmm?
the, but what is happening with Carlton? Carlton has almost made it any way I can get you. What did he say? I'd like to have dinner with you and
Yeah.
breakfast with you and see a play with you, but a movie with you. But no, scratch all of that. I want to do what you want to do.
See,
Your
he's learning. See,
relationship. If
he's kind of learning a little bit, but
both
the
of
bull doctor. I'm sorry, go ahead.
if both of you have respect for each other, I don't want to date a man who's just gonna let me make all the rules. And I'm already wearing the pants now. I'm the leader in my home, and if I'm going to marry a man and I can just hang the lead around by the neck, I knows I don't want that. But what I would like, someone who values me, I value them. I give up some of my things that I like for him. He gives up some of his things that he wants for me. You never, ever, ever, ever allow another person to believe that any way I can have you as long as I
Mm.
give you. That is desperation.
Now let's examine this a little bit, though. Let's examine this, and like I've been saying before, what works for you, not arguing or anything, but what works for you might not work for the next woman.
You can
I
argue.
mean,
I don't mind if you
so
argue. You have your
no,
right
no,
to.
I'm just saying, like what works for you might not work for the next woman, and clearly Nicole, she likes to be catered to, and she likes to kind of be in charge. So like even with Ted, she was like calling the shots. She was that person. So she kind of likes to have these men, or at least right now, she likes to have these men underneath her thumb. She kind of likes it. And the whole thing with Dr. Rollins from the beginning, Dr. Rollins she saw that he kind of wanted a relationship with her, and she's told, I think Vanessa or somebody, that she's not willing to give him what he wants, right? And then come to find out that Dr. Rollins was like, yo, I'm with whatever you trying to do. If you trying to just be homie lover friends, then we can be homie lover friends. If you want to be more than that, we can be more than that. I'm cool with it. So once she found that out about him, it opened her up more to him than Carlton. Now, Carlton, on the other hand, he's trying to hide it, but it's clear that he's frustrated the fact that Nicole is dating somebody else, and she don't like that. Right now, she wants whoever she's dealing with to be comfortable with the moves that she's making, and Dr. Rollins is comfortable with it right now.
I
And yeah,
I agree with you 100% there. In all fairness, she did tell both of the men she was not interested in monogamy.
yep,
She
yep,
did. And I will have to agree with you there. So she gave them what her desires were. She also admitted to Vanessa that she wants to still be shared. Now listen to this.
hmm
But she's not willing to share. That's selfishness. And yes, but if a person tells you, if you walk up to me and tell me, now you can date me, but there's no exclusivity here. I don't do the monogamy thing since marriage. I don't do that. And you catch me out with another man, no need for you complaining. I agree with you 100%, Var. I do agree with you. But what I am saying, Carlton is putting himself in a bad shape. When you are trying to claim to be a one woman man, when a woman is not ready for to be a one woman's man.
Oh, yeah, he's bad. He's bad. He's not in a good. But see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. How can I put this? All right, so Carlton is good for a woman that's ready to settle down, because
Absolutely.
as we can see, Carlton, because they would have brought it up, I believe, by now. Carlton wasn't a player even beforehand, because I think Ted would have came out and said, Nicole, you know Carlton's a player. How you gonna be dealing with him? But none of those comments ever came out. Nothing negative about Carlton has been spoken, and they've been friends for years. So Carlton seems like a genuinely good guy. So if Nicole was ready for a relationship, Carlton would be probably that one. But she's not. So she's just looking for some dudes that she can have fun with and move along. Like and
She's
she
acting
probably would add another dude to the roster if she could right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
She's acting like right now like she's a freshman in college. She got away from some tight parents that had structure
Yep.
and demanded certain things of her, and now she's just letting it all hang low and loose. So yeah, that's the way she's acting. I agree with you 100%. She
And
did.
Clinton need to leave her alone and be like, this is not the woman that I thought you were,
That's right. He needs to leave her
and
alone.
move on. But unfortunately, he's not.
Well, let me ask you this,
I
Barb.
wouldn't want a woman like that.
If your wife had told you when you first met her that she was not going to exclude herself, make herself exclusive to any one man, not two men, but she was
Mhm.
open to be as much as she want to. Now, we're not talking about friendship, coffee, and dinner
Mhm.
kind of dates. We're talking about women who do those things, bake cake.
Absolutely.
Now, why in the world would you go and hook yourself up to someone who already told you she is going to do these things?
Now, see, can I say this? I'll be blunt. I would have fun with her. Like, we can still kick it. I wouldn't be looking at you to be my girl, though. And I
But
wouldn't be looking at you to be a future wife. We
that's
would
what
just have fun together.
okay, that's what I'm saying. But look at
Yeah.
Carlton. Carlton gets upset when he hears about Rollins. He's even in the gym competing with Rollins. So Carlton is taking this as this is my woman, my girl, my person.
Yeah.
Nicole has told them she's nobody's person.
Yeah.
She's
See, the
part of,
part is the whole thing is that's what I said about true love. Carlton really feels that Nicole is the woman for him. And he was willing to blow up a friendship to get her. And he's willing to play second fiddle to be in her atmosphere. Just to have a shot to continue dealing with her, Carlton is willing to do whatever. Now, he might think that she's the one. She could be the one for him. Once she get done playing and she settles down, Nicole's a good woman. But like Vernon said, if you're interested in her like that, you're gonna have to just hang around until she's ready for you. I don't agree with that. I couldn't see me myself doing it. But I guess if you truly love somebody, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna hang around until that person gets freed up for you. I guess I just can't do it.
no, and I'm glad you can't because any man who has respect for himself, and I know you're gonna tell me that this old school. But why would you want some woman who brags about passing herself around? That just not
No,
decent.
that's not old school. I agree with you. Like I said it myself. I said I would still continue to play around with her, but
Yeah.
she wouldn't be somebody that I would be looking towards to be my girlfriend or even a potential wife.
And
Like
that's
that
what
wouldn't happen.
a lot of men feel the way you do. But see, Carlton is not like you. Carlton is saying, I listen to this. He's willing to do whatever it is that brings
Hmm.
to her. When a woman, believe me, trust me, when a woman is in this kind of relationship where she's all Google eyed and she thinks that this man is so got so much going on and I want to make it so bad and we want to be an example to our children and to the church and blah blah blah. Do you know a little bit of you keep chipping away? Like Bill said about Danny, every time you know something was foolish that you let go, a little bit more you chip away, and one day you'll look in the mirror and you say, "Who am I?" You've
Well,
lost.
that's what's happening. That's kind of what's happening with Carlton. Like a little bit of his self-respect and dignity got to be getting chipped away. The fact that this bull is like he is over a female that is bouncing around between him and another dude, you got to lose some of your self-respect.
Yes, and that's what I feel bad about. I don't want to do that to someone that I don't even care. I don't have any, I don't respect Carlton, but I would never want this to happen to anyone. And it's just my own picture that's in my mind. Nobody else has to agree with that. But anytime you supposed to be so upright and come up with all these structures and family values and all of that, and you would sit and kiss another man's wife, she was legally still married in the dining room. And then when the man comes up to speak to his own whole wife, you got to get the wife's permission. Should he leave? What you gonna do? Stay there and beat him up? I don't respect him, but I don't want him hurt like that. I don't want to see anyone hurt.
Hmm.
Okay.
You're I agree with you wholeheartedly, but unfortunately for everybody else, like you're coming from like no offense, like the traditional, the way that it kind of should be mentality, but like the old school thinking, whereas though nowadays everybody's not on that type time. Like
I agree.
they about just hooking up and
Yep,
and having whatever, making cakes all around the board
that's right.
and not worrying about nothing else. And it's not a lot of people out there that's thinking the way you think. And I'm not saying that you're thinking wrong.
I
The way
agree.
you thinking is how everybody really should be thinking, to live a nice, pure Christian like life. But people
agree
ain't on that type time.
I agree with you. To the average person, this is fantasy. I agree
Hmm.
with you 100%. And to the average person, they feel like they don't know how long they're going to live. So they'll bake as many cakes as they can with whomever they will. But I will say
The
for
way you
more,
talking is how I would want my daughter to move, but unfortunately it's like kind of unrealistic, like if I had a daughter. But like it's unrealistic though, unfortunately, because everybody's moving the way that society is moving. And it is what
especially
it is.
if you allow society to make those plans for you. But I've seen too many women on YouTube. Okay, you had it going on. You the slender kind of for the other women of the other nation, being slender, they just being defined with curves like we have. That might not have been a thing for them, but you're slender. Don't have blonde hair. You don't have to have the most beautiful face, but you got enough of a face nice enough when you make it up, it's pretty, and you got all this going on. You slither around from doctor to intern to this to that to this to that. Now you're looking 40 in the eyes. You have no
Hmm.
children. You have no family, no credibility. That's nothing you could lean on and look back on and say, I sacrificed this for my children, my husband, my this and my that. Now you out here bitter and old, sleeping with a cat every night and hoping that someone will come along and take you up so they can help pay your
Hmm.
bill. That's not a good way to go.
People people stay at the party too long. Like that's how I describe it. Like you stayed at the party too long. It's like, yo, you had opportunities to leave with a particular guy, good guy, you turning him down, or you doing this, you doing that, and then eventually you look around, there's no more pickings. Like the
That's
people
right.
that wanted you no longer want you now. You kind of then aged out,
That's
and
right.
that's what happened. People play too long, they stay too long, and end up missing the boat. You look up, you don't have no kids, you don't have no husband, you don't have anything because you played too long.
That's right. That's exactly right. So you can't just because you think if you're talking for the black woman, just because you think you're curvy and you've got the big eyes and the beautiful brown or black skin or white light skin or whatever you got, and people are just you just have to turn down dates. I mean, you even take dates and tear them up at on the dance floor, all kinds of
Hmm.
foolishness like that. It won't last like that always. You just
Hmm.
be careful, and you need to have some more. Well, I say for me, I would want to have some morals, so that could be a right man to come in my life and we could grow and walk our journey together. And I'm not out here at 50 years old trying to get married for the first time because I can't pay my bills.
Linda, do me a favor and check your inbox on Instagram. I need for you to send me something. Go ahead, you guys. I was just telling Linda to send me something. I need her to check her inbox on Instagram. I need you to send me something. Okay, so let's see what else I had down here to talk about. Oh, what did y'all think about this? I mean, this is kind of maybe belaboring the point, but what did you think about the three guys going to play ball together? Ted, Carlton, and Dr. Rollins. Was that realistic, Var?
Did Var go off?
Mm. He's still here. I just don't.
Still there.
Yeah.
I see the V.
Terry Anthony said Nicole
Can you
may
hear me
end up
now?
by herself.
Oh, okay. We
Yeah,
can
I
hear.
can hear you now. Yeah, was that realistic? The three
Okay.
of them going to play ball together?
Yeah, because let me see. Ted had already made up with Carlton. I don't find that to be realistic, the makeup part, but you're not asking me that. So, but since they made up, I could never see a world where I could ever be friends with that dude ever again. But since they made up, then that was realistic because they already made up. So get that out the way. Then you got Dr. Rollins. It's realistic with Dr. Rollins because Ted ain't got nothing against Dr. Rollins. And Carlton is fronting like he doesn't have anything against Dr. Rollins. So yeah, it makes sense for him to come.
Navar, you are a man. You've been in the world probably for years. You know
Hmm.
Carlton is deadly competing with Dr. Rollins, and Dr. Rollins might.
Absolutely.
Dr. Rollins is not competing with him because, as you said, Dr. Rollins is ready to let loose and have fun. Since
Yeah.
Nicole dropped low and spread wide, he'll play the games. But Carlton
Yes.
see her as a person. He wants to make her into a, as you would say, he wants to wife her and have her to be respectable. So I don't
Hmm.
think this is threatened by him. But you and I both know Carlton is threatened by Dr.
Oh,
Rollins.
absolutely. But the question was it realistic? And
Now,
I could see Carlton fronting like he don't have a problem with it when he really does. You get what I'm saying? He don't want to seem like he has a problem with Dr. Rollins.
yeah,
So he's going to have to play the role. So I can see him going there, but in his mind, he's kind of like, F this dude. You see what I'm saying? Whole time. That's
I,
how he feel about him, but he can't say it out loud because he's a man.
yep,
And you got to hold that in as a man, and you can't say how heartbroken you are because he's sleeping with the girl that you want. So you can't let that out. So he has to go. He has to play ball. He has to act like he's okay. But that's why he said he was throwing elbows and he was playing rough out there on the basketball court because he was getting all this frustration. But I can see that happening. I can see that happening. I definitely could.
feel about, I don't know who made this comment, and probably if I had made, they would have said, somebody would have said that I was acting prejudiced. But did you hear this comment about um white men not being? Oh, first of all,
A white man can't jump.
yeah, Rollins put him in his place. He told him that he played with the state. Remember that your
Yeah,
win. Rollins asked him how many states did you play for? I was so happy to hear Rollins cut him off at the knee. And then when this man made this comment about so white boys can jump, what
yeah.
the, what was your opinion?
Not because I don't know if you saw it or know about it per se, but the movie, you can't really say nothing too negative about it because it was a movie.
Oh, I
You know
didn't
what I
know.
mean? So yeah, White Man Can't Jump was a movie that they had out in like the early '90s. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. So that was just in reference to that movie. You know what I mean? And I didn't think nothing of it. It's just a movie. Like that's how I looked at it. White Man Can't Jump. Good movie, by the way. I loved it.
But it doesn't seem that anybody on the program had any issue with his using that nation name, by calling it out. But I didn't know it was a movie, so it was a
Yeah,
movie.
that was a movie. That was just in reference to the movie White Men Can't Jump. It was
Okay.
about a dude that acted like he couldn't play basketball or whatever, but the comment came up that white boys can't slam dunk the ball, and in actuality he couldn't slam dunk the ball. So it was a whole thing about that. But yeah, it was
Oh,
about white guy, black guy playing basketball together.
okay, that's what it was.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, hold on one second. I'm trying to see where I jacked up something and trying to find it, Lord, and I cannot. I'm trying to multitask here. All right. So, what y'all think about Monica McCormick, Shanice's aunt?
Mhm. I like
Sure.
her. I thought she was knowledgeable, but I do not understand why Shanice is probably at least 32, that you're taking this man out to interrogate him when he's never made any commitment to Shanice. I never even saw where he asked Shanice to just steadily date him exclusively. So what
Mm.
right do you have to decide whether or not he's a player, he's this or he's that? Shanice need to be taking care of herself. Obviously, she comes from a strong family. Have you raised her to be able to interview men when she goes on a date with them? Why did she allow herself to get that deep and to go that far with him? Even in the office, she wanted to pull off her clothing right there. He had more respect for her than that. So I do not believe that this was necessary, but I do believe what she said would happen, because if you go to a family reunion and the black people get their hands on you, honey, you got to be able to stand up for yourself, or they will break you down. And then she said, after you win the boys over, see, they're cool, but the girls still have issues to go. So that part of it I was okay with. But for her to interrogate him, this is not a 19-year-old who's been in the house all of her life and doing all of these other things, cotillion things and all of that. And this is her first time that she's dating. I think she was out, but I liked it when Ted came back. It made me happy. And she said, you know, what would happen, which is true about happening in these relationships in the hospital. And that's true when you work for someone who is in a higher bracket than you. If you break
Right.
up, it is likely that they're going to choose him if it comes down to one of you leaving, I guess, and one being too uncomfortable to stay. And Ted said, I would go. I can go. I have money. Remember, you said, oh, and I loved it when he threw it back in her face. You said plastic surgeons are frivolous and we just make money. Oh, I thought he told her off. I loved that.
Yeah, he did. I agree with you to an extent, but it's like the way I see it is, no, I get it. Um, I expected that like coming from my wife's dad, and I was well into my 40s before we linked up. So uh I just expected it to happen. Now it didn't happen in my situation, but I expected to be grilled. And I think her aunt is so close to her. Now, here's another thing that was missed too. She was telling her aunt and her people about Ted. So even if they wasn't exclusive, she was talking to her peoples like they was.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
true.
talking about this good man that she got. He's a doctor at the hospital. He's this, he's that, pop, 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 pop. So she's relaying the information to her aunt, to her family, as if they are in a serious relationship. So her aunt was carrying it appropriately. Like, okay, well, since my niece is so wrapped up in you, we need to hash it out. I need to figure out who you are, find out what kind of man you are.
Now
Oh,
you're correct
that.
about that. She did go home and talk about Ted as if they were in a committed relationship, when none of us have heard Ted ask her to be a steady girl or to be his person.
I
You're
think the way Ted moves though, and how he is, and the words that he say to her, I think you would be safe to assume that they were. Even down to like, because if they wasn't, Shanice could have nothing to say about the panties that was found in the room. Like she couldn't have anything to say about that if they wasn't in a committed relationship like that. And
well.
I think
Remember,
sometimes it's just assumed.
but remember, she told him that she wouldn't be a consolation prize. So for Nicole. So I guess with the underwear, maybe she
Mhm.
thought he was still playing with Leslie, and she was letting him know it was not going to work with her.
But if they're not exclusive, you can't say nothing about who he playing with. So I really think in her mind she feels as though that they're exclusive, and I think that Ted feels as though they're exclusive. I don't. Oh, actually, Ted did tell her. He said, "I don't want nobody else but you." He
Oh,
told her that. They
okay.
never said the words like "you're my girlfriend" or "I'm your boyfriend," but sometimes different words that you say will imply that. And Ted said, "I don't want anybody but you, Shanice. I'm not worrying about anybody, and I'm not going to leave you for anybody." So
Oh,
he did tell her that.
okay. Well, if he told her that, I guess she had the right, but I would still be. This is less than 2 months old. I would still be kind of careful about, and probably I'm more careful than a lot of people to how I go out and make it look like that this is your future nephew. But yeah, maybe if you maybe some people do know within a few weeks, because I've heard men say that the day they laid their eyes on this woman, they knew it was all over. It was all
Well, that's how Carlton feels about Nicole. The day he laid eyes on Nicole, he knew Nicole was the one. Too
He
bad that
looked
she
up
was
and
with his
he
best friend.
seen her and he knows she was the one.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you, Miss Jen.
I said he looked up and seen her and knows she was the one.
Yeah, but too bad she was standing next to his best friend. Dun,
I know,
dun,
right?
dun.
Hold on 1 second for me, guys. I would like to take a minute out to thanks again all of our sponsors, Miss Tiffany F., KB Mommy, VAR, who renewed his membership tonight,
Yay!
Keisha, and am I missing somebody? Hold on. So Keisha, VAR, Elaine. Wait, no, I'm sorry, I keep saying Elaine. KB Mommy, Tiffany F., Myrtle Tinsder, and Peggy. And Eshante and Jasmine Williams. Thanks, you guys, for being sponsors of tonight's panel. Say thank you, panel.
Thank
Thanks
you.
to me.
You said thanks to you.
Yeah, thank you, VAR. Well, thank you.
Thank you so very much,
I
VAR.
had to do it. It's not on automatic renewal. I was like, yeah, I gotta re-up my membership. Might as well do it now.
Oh, I appreciate
And that's what I did. That's my way of contributing. Huh?
that on a Friday, right? And on top of that, you're not going to let your voice go silent. So thank you.
Thank you very, 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 very much. Are you all excited? Oh, before we go though, there's okay. So let me look at the last two.
Gotta talk about the previews.
I talked about the previews, but hold on 1 second. Two things, we're gonna combine them. Danny's advice to Tomas about tightening up his business relationships and also his relationship with Kat, and also Leslie wanting is in the family to benefit her as well. What were y'all thoughts on that?
You want
to say that again, Danny?
Do you want?
You mean Bill?
Sorry, Bill. Bill's advice to Tomas about building relationships in the business world and with the woman he aligns himself with, and then Leslie wanting is in the family for her benefit.
Do you want to go far?
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
first.
Wait. There's one more thing I meant to say. Hold on. Then we're gonna get back into that. Just one little something I wanted to say. Hold on. I told y'all Leslie was a narcissist, and I was waiting for him to say it on the show. That's all. Go ahead.
Okay, Miss Jen, yes, you was right. I don't think nobody really denied it per se. We was just saying that you can't use that as a crutch.
Yeah, you can, because that's the whole point of her being a narcissist.
I hear you, and I hate to get into it again. I hear you, and yes, you were right. She's a narcissist, but I never disagreed with you that she, for me personally, I don't know what everybody else was saying. I never disagreed that she was a narcissist. I just said, yo, you just can't keep using that as a crutch. That's it. But yes, he was right. You called it before anybody else called it. Yeah. So I give you props on that one.
Sean B says, are you a sponsor if you pay for a membership monthly, or is it something separate? No, what happened was he renewed his sponsorship today. So because he renewed his sponsorship today, we allowed it to be used toward being a sponsor, because he did it today. Because he could have did it tomorrow, he could have did it yesterday, but because he did it then, and yeah.
VAR has been a long-time member since the membership has opened up. I'm on the platform.
His name is in the, because the first 30 people who became members, their names are forever shown in the video.
I think I was number 15 or something.
And
I was like number 15.
He said he was number 15. Get it together.
Yeah, I was like number 15 back in the day.
So was Miss Leah, and so was E Daddy. They are in the original first 30. Okay. But yeah, I allowed it to be counted tonight because it was because I said memberships, and so since he renewed today, I allowed it, because I did that before for somebody else as well.
You did it for me. You did it again like last month.
Yeah, somebody was it you again?
It was not on auto. Yeah, it was me last month. I call it. It was me last month. Yeah, because it's not on auto.
I be trying to help y'all out where I can with it, because I could be like, nah, that don't count because he already had one. Y'all ain't getting no panel, but I be wanting to hear the panel too. Eva is emotionally damaged by a horror mama. Yeah, it's not a crutch. It's like cause and effect. It is an effect of why things are the way they are, because I keep telling y'all that narcissistic thing is ugly. It's evil. It's something else. Look at this fool trying to press her daughter now into marrying somebody for who benefit? For her daughter benefit? For her.
Nope, for Leslie's benefit.
Yeah, I
It's
hated
gonna help.
that
It's
part,
gonna
man.
help
I was
me get
mad.
out of trouble if you just go on in the line with the people.
I was mad because I was defending Leslie a little bit, and I was like, ah.
Mm.
But I don't know. I ain't even gonna go. What was the question you asked, Miss Jen? What was the question?
I was saying about Bill's advice to Tomas
Gotcha.
about building relationships business wise and on the side of Kat, and then Leslie wanting ears in the family for her benefit.
Gotcha. That was great advice. I think he should have known that from the beginning. It seems like he's been a lawyer now for years. That conversation shouldn't have sparked him to call his friends and start making connections and trying to build. I think he should have already been on that. But the advice that Bill gave him when it came down to that was actually correct. Like, use what you got to get what you want. And it's like, although he's not in a relationship with Kat just for the contacts and stuff, but since you are in a relationship with Kat, you might as well utilize it the best that you can. And I had nothing against that. And also, what was the next one with Leslie and Eva with that situation? Um, no, Leslie was wrong for that. And if that's the sole purpose she got for her getting with Isaiah, that's just completely wrong. You shouldn't be pimping out your daughter. Like,
Mm.
period. And that's just what she was doing. She was
Not
pimping out Eva. Hmm?
you think she
That's a
was
bad word. Can't use that.
no, I said you think she was pimping and
Yeah, if Leslie is only wanting her to marry Isaiah, I don't know. No, think that's why she want her with Isaiah completely. She's talking about grandkids and everything else. I don't think that's it. I think it's like, okay, since you are dealing with this guy, maybe I can benefit off of it. But I don't think that was her main goal was to have Eva to marry Isaiah so she'll have a connection with the Hawthorne family. I don't think that was her main motivation. I could be wrong though.
what? Mm.
What
One
y'all
never
think?
know. Who Leslie? Yeah, Leslie wants this for Leslie and Leslie alone. Give me 1 second right here. Okay, let me take this comment down. Hold on, okay, can I take that down? Okay, let me take that comment down. Okay, Sean, here's the video for the membership. Let's see. I think your name is up here. I haven't looked at it in a while, so you guys can go on and find your names when it loads up. This is the first 30 people who became members whose names are in the video.
What's the password?
Gatekeepers.
I slap it.
Welcome to Membership Island.
And whatever happens in the membership stays in the membership. So, shh, tell them, Richard.
Let me in here.
Now, I can't read all that fast, so y'all either saw your name or you didn't now. 'Cause I don't know.
I saw my name
But
before.
you saw, okay, because I don't know now. I might redo that so that it stays on that screen a little bit longer when I got some time. When I got some
But
time.
so yeah, so I guess Leslie is pimping on her daughter if that's the case.
Leslie, I've been telling y'all, Leslie been doing this girl like a dog. Now she still don't really care. She care, but she don't really care.
I beg to differ.
She can
Leslie cares in her own way.
no, not
She
don't care. It's about them and them only.
she cares in her own way. Like
Her
I
own
said, she was a good mama.
way she did.
She was a good mama. You
Jasmine said,
admit
I
it.
would have been done with my mother, point blank and period, the night she put my in the garbage bag and kicked me out to sleep in the car. Well, she did. Leslie wants Eva and Isaiah together because his daddy is the chief of police. Can you imagine how she gonna cut up at that wedding? And then you's over there flirting with the man's daddy. Now, Leslie, what
I
kind
don't
of
even know if it's
family party is this gonna be?
I don't even know if it's too much she can really get out of the chief. I don't
Chief
know.
don't want her.
No, I'm talking about far as even if Isaiah do marry Eva, she knows that their relationship ain't the best in the world anyway. Isaiah and his dad. So I don't
I
see
think I think
well, she's delusional anyway.
I
Go
think
ahead.
Chief intends to put his evilness down once he retires. He's just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I'm doing now, but then when he retire, he gonna be a good guy. That's what he thinking.
Who the dad?
Hmm.
Well, once the dad retires, Leslie ain't got no use out of him no more.
Mm. All right, now you said that about next week's uh promos. There was Vanessa's daughter coming, Ted and
Yes.
Shanice, things are heating up, Jacob and Grayson, uh Danny is three. Well, forget that part. And Bill goes and asks Joey, is something up with Haley and Sammy? What was it that stuck out to you about next week's shows?
The Bill going to ask what's up with Haley and Sammy.
He ain't about to find out nothing. He probably over there asking because he gonna let that fool be his part time bodyguard.
I know he not. At some point, they got to do something, right?
I don't really know what they about to do. Cause I mean somebody got to do something. Now, I already told y'all how to get Leslie out of how we can get out of that storyline. I already told y'all how that can be done, right? So let's think
Hmm.
about how we but this is gonna be something we're gonna start doing, right? We're gonna start talking about where we think and how we think these storylines can be written
I
out.
like
So
that.
we're gonna do a different live for that where we gonna dive in. And so I'm telling y'all the next one that we talking about is how can we undo or where do we see the Haley storyline going? How can we do this? Because they might need some help from us.
You think they wrote themselves in a hole and can't dig their way out of it?
It ain't that, but they be listening to what y'all be talking about.
Gotcha.
That's what I heard.
To see, even if even if Joey told Bill everything that he knows, I'm wondering if that would even still change Bill's opinion on the situation.
Yes.
So you think if he says, "Look, I seen Haley at the club," Sammy said that his real name is Randy. He said that they was dating, you know what I mean,
All
or
he needs to
whatever.
say is, first of all, his name ain't Sam, his name Randy. That's all
Randy,
he
yeah.
needs. And then from there, we can figure it out from there. Because once you tell me that somebody my wife told me name was Sam and name is Randy, come what now? And then we just started putting the piece together. They've been over here talking in the casino. I got them on film. And then because Randy worked for him, Joey can get the truth out of him, So but the real question is how do we where is it going? We have to get together and talk our speculations on how we feel they need to reveal or undo this storyline. Because I got Leslie together for him now. I need Leslie to don't go to trial, and then Cat gonna be the reason why it gets thrown out.
But even if he told Bill, see, I don't know, cause
But then
yeah,
she gets
cause
sued. Then she gets sued by Lauren in another court, and she still has to pay that. What's that other one? Because it's two different courts. It's one for did you do the crime like they did OJ. It's one for if you did the crime, and then there's the other for no, we feel you owe some money.
civil.
Right, civil. So I think that on the civil side, Leslie should have to pay some money, and then maybe that's what almost bankrupts her a little bit. But on the other side, we wipe this off.
Yeah, the criminal side, they ain't really got a case on her. But I just said it.
Civil suit.
In civil court, she could possibly sue her and get a judgment.
Mhm.
I don't even think. What's her name, Laura? I don't even think is her name. No, her name Laura, right?
Lauren, I think.
Lauren. Okay, I don't think she cares enough right now to even go through that. Like she's pretty much just trying to put this stuff behind her, and she's in a different space. Maybe when she was in the hospital or when she just got out, maybe. But right now, she's in a whole nother space. She's in a space of forgiveness. Hello.
I'd like to respond to Leslie. And I, first of all,
That it is now 10:51. I'm gonna give y'all till 11. Y'all got 6 minutes. Let's go.
okay, I'll make this in 2 minutes. Leslie, number one, this discredits your daughter. She's trying to get some space from her half sister and Tomas. You encouraging her to go and manipulate a man. When a woman is found adorable by a man, you don't have to go through all those tricks. Isaiah is a counselor at a well-known college. He doesn't need some place to sleep. Why would you even think of that? And what mother wants her daughter to move in with a man? This is outrageous. She's not desperate. This is a career-oriented woman who went to work for her dad. She's very brilliant. She's teaching programs now to Derek. She's not needy. She doesn't need someone to save her. She needs to grow and to learn who she is, how she's going to move in the world. And when they do decide, if they ever do decide that this is my person, it's because you have the confidence that you can walk with this man where he walks. And that's out of the question. Number two, why would you want to be in-law with someone when the man has made it quite clear he and his father are barely on speaking terms? And I think it's because of Darlene that he even goes home and have dinner with them. And what was the other question? It was
Bill's advice. Bill's advice to Tomas.
Well, first of all, in a business world, I agree with VAR. That happens a lot of times. But I will say, even in the business world, if you have morals, you should grow to appreciate the person as an individual and to be able to help celebrate them, fall in love with them. And if you marry, let it work. If she knows, a cat knows all how to entertain people, how to get them to do what she wants, how to bat her brown eyes and get them, let it work. But make sure you are not pimping her. Even Cat, I don't want to see her pimped out.
Mm-hmm. And Bill kind of said that too. And Tomas, when he said, "Oh, that was a test," you know what I mean? Because Tomas said, "I'm not with her just for that," or something like that. And then, he looked at Bill and seen his expression and was like, "Oh, that was a test." He was like, "Yeah, you know what I mean? That was a test."
See what?
And because he said, "No matter what, I don't want any, even though she don't like me now, I don't want anything to happen with my niece."
Absolutely. He said, "You'll be boiled in oil." I think he said yes. But see,
Yeah.
I understand where VAR is coming from. Business associates do scratching each other's backs. I'm not going to deal with that. But when it comes down to a woman, even Cat, I would not want to see someone to be pimped because
See, here's the thing though, real quick, not to really cut you though. Like, if I dealt and I played in that world, for lack of a better words, I would pimp my wife out too. So like,
oh,
if I know that my wife was good at throwing
wait,
parties,
you love your
huh?
wife. Wait,
Yeah,
you have a relationship with your wife. You have
yeah,
a connection with your wife. You feel
yes,
emotionally connected one to one with your wife. It's
yes,
okay to let her go out and bat her eyes as long as she's not flirting and going too
gotcha.
far to get people to do things. But I would never, ever, ever want to, even Cat, to
I
see a
got you.
woman pimped out just because you married her for her family's
Yeah,
name.
just because of that. But I think Tomas really see, and that's where I don't know. Some people agree, some people don't. I think Tomas really does love Kat, and I don't think that he's in it with her for what he can gain. But I do see a world where it's like, okay, I love you. I'm in this for you for this. But now that we're here, how can I use you to benefit my career? Or, people hate to say the word use, but if you're not being used, you're useless.
But
Everybody gets used.
that would
So
be
it's like,
if
yeah.
they are already like each other. This is your person, and you're married to this person. She's throwing these parties. I'm not against that. I
Do y'all
don't.
believe that cat loves? Do y'all believe, real quick, because I know Miss Jen got to go. Do y'all believe that now? Because I know before everybody was like, whatever. Do y'all now believe that Tomas really likes cat? Or do y'all still believe that he's using cat to get ahead?
I
I
think
do now think that he cares about her,
I think he cares about her. I really do.
Okay.
But Tomas's
but I
emotions.
still think he'll do what Bill said and cross over the line and be like, I like her, but I'm going to do it because I want what Bill said.
He's not able to. I'm not able to read his emotions. He does not show emotions, but I believe that he cares about her. And one thing he has done, he's confronted her on her bad points in the past. And I was very thankful when he didn't allow her to come back and to use him for a place like she's homeless. He did
Yeah,
exactly.
and I think that took a lot for him to turn her down because initially he was going to move in with her. He saw that that wasn't what she wanted, and when she came back around, it could have been very easy for him to be like, "Okay, let's do this." But he like, "No, don't come to me just because you
Yeah,
don't have, because you fall out with your best friend. Come
yeah.
to me when you really decided that you want to be with me,
Now,
not as an option, a
really,
second option." So that's
I,
commendable.
I appreciated that for 2 points. Number one, you don't allow yourself to be somebody's default. And number
Mm.
two, this will be a lesson to Cat. You can't just do what you want to do and throw a tantrum and use somebody else
Oh,
to
wow.
point across. So I do.
Real quick, I kind of just I feel what you're saying, and I hear what you're saying. I thought it was just one of the lines of I thought he was being caring about her to say don't make deep relationship decisions on a whim. I didn't think he was trying to teach her a lesson in that moment. I
Well,
think
maybe
he's trying to
he was.
say it's
Maybe
on a whim.
maybe he was not. I said this can teach her a lesson because remember
Gotcha.
when she got mad with her friend, she went to him and said, "Now, well, maybe we can shack up together." He said, "No, you need to find yourself. You need to
Yeah, I
grow.
respected that.
Got so much more to give.
Mhm.
You need to find and develop all of those things. I'm here. You can come anytime you get ready. We'll be right
I'll
down the
give you a key.
yes, sir.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for participating in tonight's live. Let me bag up here and get an answer for a question for Sean. She says, should my name have been on that list if I paid the membership monthly? I'm just trying to get it correct. Let me see if I can find out what list you're talking about. Are you talking about the list in the video or are you talking about the list for the sponsorship? Let me know, Sean B, which one you're talking about before we get out of here. Let me see if I can get this straight for you. So here's what happened. So on Friday nights, if somebody gets a membership, um, if I think in Var's case, his membership had lapsed, right? So he renewed it tonight. So because he renewed it, it came up as a new membership. So since it shot up as a new membership, I just allowed it to be as if he was renewing, it wouldn't even have shown that. But because it had lapsed, it came up as a new membership. So because of that, I allow all the in the list, the video list. No, the video list is the first 30 people who got a membership when I started a membership, and part of the reason why I was pushing for them to be the first 30 is because those first 30 people's name would stay in the video for the membership, and so the first 30 people who got their membership got to get their name put in that list that's in the membership video. I may come up with something later for everybody else, but for right now,
We're
that's just
special.
a special thing that happened for
Well,
those.
Var, you did a good thing to wait to renew. Well, mine is automatic, but since yours would not do it as an automatic pay, this way that gave another person didn't have to we didn't have to worry about trying to come up with another person. So you did it. You used it twice like this. I think that was wise.
We still
No,
had
I
it. We
did.
still had
No,
it
I, no,
anyway.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't do it just for that. I just did it because
Smart.
it said join, and I hit join. You know what I mean? Because it had lapsed. But no, I didn't do it.
I don't
That's
think
like a
you
cheat
did.
code.
I don't.
Sean B said for you to hush, Var. She's special too.
No, no. If she's not in that 30, you're not as special as me and everybody else in that 30 is. We are
But
special. We have our
okay,
own video,
okay.
and you don't have a video. You're special in your own way,
I
but
tell
not
you what
as
we're gonna do
special as
though.
we are.
I tell you what we're gonna do though. For anybody that's ever come up, this is why y'all need to start coming up on the panel. For anybody that's ever come up on the panel, we're gonna have an award ceremony one time for those on the panel, and we're gonna pick some categories, and whatever your award is just your award. We're gonna have some awards, so we're gonna come up with some categories, and we're gonna pass out
That's
some
cool.
prizes around through here. uh Awards for who won something, so that should be fun too. But anyway, I'm gonna get ready to get on out of here. I thank you guys for coming up again. Please don't forget about the what's happening on Monday. I may come back with a live just to find out some of the things that you all may want to know, because even though the character Tracy is not a main character on the show, she is a focal character on the show. Because remember, we were all waiting like, who's going to be the
Yes.
articulates? So there's got to be some things that you would want to know. And she has such an extensive career as well. So I'll try to find out some of the things that you guys may want to know. So if I get a chance, I'll pop on and just have that conversation and see what I can include. So you can be like, that was my question. I was the one who said that. It was me. That was me.
Can I make a statement real quick? No
Huh?
offense.
Hmm. What?
All right, so oh god, me and my wife is sitting around, and I was like, yeah, I saw your video popped up in my shorts, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh, Miss Jen interviewing Tracy, and we both was Tracy from Beyond the Gates, and we both was like, who is Tracy? And I was like, yo, I don't know who Tracy is. Who is Tracy? And she was like, that got to be the person's real name. And I was like, no, that's the name on Beyond the Gates. And we said, like, who is Tracy? Who is Tracy?
You
And
know,
we
there's
didn't.
so
We had
many
like a
names
dumb
pass
moment.
through. Yeah, so many names pass through
She hasn't been
sometimes.
on there in a while.
Listen, I do this every day, and some days I have to pause and go, oh yeah, Derek. You know,
Yeah,
so
but I felt so dumb when Tracy came on the night. It was like, oh crap, yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
Tracy from the Articulets. Like we did not know at all until
Oh
she popped up tonight. So yeah,
yeah.
and I love her character, and we done talked about her so much
We
about
talk.
her having an affair with Vernon and everything else. So she had a nice pivotal role on the show.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, they just had her off for so long that the
Mhm.
name didn't ring a bell.
You know, she was on when Anita first got diagnosed. She came on because she
Yeah.
made Anita mad, and I was like, "Now why she is stop with Anita?"
But I
Oh
like her. I like her
yeah.
character. I like her
Mhm.
acting on there. I like her better than the other articulate. So I'll be definitely
Really?
interested in the interview.
Oh no! I think they're see. At first, Sharon came in. She was very hostile, but Sharon has calmed down now. So,
Yes, we
Yeah,
have.
she did.
but these characters are always going somewhere.
Hmm.
And without helping interest in these characters, you never know how much more you will see them. Because I personally believe that because Randy became so much part of the conversation, that Randy's role got expanded.
Same thing for Shanice. I don't think Shanice probably role was supposed to be as big as it was, or
I
maybe
don't
it
think it
was.
was,
Maybe they
but
have these
we
people in the background and pull them up.
two people. Because I'm gonna tell you who I really would like to interview. Not that I want to interview, because you know I got a lot of people. I want to talk to
Phil,
everybody on the cast. I say that.
Phil,
I would like to interview Bill too, but who I would be really interested in talking to is the lady who plays June.
really
Oh, she's
Mhm.
sweet.
over Leslie?
She's sweet.
Well, no, I want to interview them all. Don't get me wrong.
Not get it. I'm talking about if you had your
And see,
top.
here's the thing: everybody else is they're getting interviews, da 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 da. But there are things that I want to know and that I want to say about some of these characters. And so, to me, because I always tell y'all, I don't really have a dog in this race. So I look at the entire
Mhm.
in the show in its entirety. So
Gotcha.
I would like to talk with her just because June's very first day she landed on the screen, I think made everybody sit back and go, "Ooh, now she can. Who is this?"
Mm,
Because she approached that role so strong.
yeah,
And then when I see her body of work, and like, have you seen the clip of her in what is that show? The Tyler Perry
I haven't
show?
seen anything about her.
I haven't either.
Family Business? No, no, no.
She's well.
Whatever that other show is, she's in a clip of this other show Tyler Perry has. And when I tell you her persona is just as believable
You said it
in the
before.
clip.
Divorce. Was it Divorce in the Black or
Yes,
or
what is it? What is it?
Divorce in the Black? Maybe
What is that show?
not Divorce in the Black. I think I know what you're talking about, and I watched the show too. Oh my
I
god, they got
tried to
one more
watch the
season
other
left.
show. It was just I was like, ooh, it's a lot. Beauty in Black. Okay, she's
Beauty in
in this
Black. There you
season
go.
coming in Beauty in Black. But when I tell you just the clips that they showed of her, you believe her in them clips. You believe her, and this character is totally different from the way she's playing June. Totally, night and
Would
day
you be able to
opposite.
give us your top 5 people that you would want to interview?
Bill, Vernon, um, Eva, Kat,
Mm,
and Carlton.
you said June already. Yeah, so June. Yeah,
Carlton.
Carlton. I guess Carlton is sixth. Okay,
Cotton, cotton. If I had to just name them top, but I want to interview them all. I want to talk
I got you.
to the wardrobe person. Everybody. It's there's somebody with anybody I can make a conversation with you about. Ooh, let me ask you this. you know.
Yeah, just like the director and everything. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and especially the person who's doing like set design. Oh yeah. Now let me
Like,
ask you, why is Haley and them house so tacky?
oh, that might be an insult. Like, hold on, I decorated that
No, it's
personally,
on.
miss.
No, she ain't did that on purpose for that to be beautiful. But I want to know what the thought process was, because I believe she was mirroring Danny's house and missed the mark. That's what I feel. I feel like that's what it was supposed to be like, or it shows how much Haley don't care about that house.
Not to give away too much, what would be one of the questions you would ask to Carlton?
I would ask Carlton. Okay, I would want to know what he thinks about his character of Carlton.
Okay.
So, what is his own
Would
opinion on
he
the
break
fact that
again? Would he break
Carlton?
guy code itself
Right, right,
in that situation?
right.
Okay, yeah, I would love to
Yeah,
know that one right
You
there.
know,
definitely.
another thing about Carlton that does not add up for me. If you look at the structure, you look at the way he behaves in public, obviously he must have been groomed by parents that were either socially, emotional, well, not emotionally, maybe socially, and yeah, maybe even spiritual, educated people. But why did a man like this go all of these 50 years and never had a wife?
Sean said, "You better be glad she
He
ain't
wanted
come up here,
Nicole.
Var, 'cause she would have got you." Go ahead. What you say?
Ah, talk that, talk that. Come up next week then. She ain't
Mm-hmm.
been up here in weeks.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
the reason why he wasn't married, Miss Lil, because he's been pining after Nicole for the last 30 years.
Oh my
He
God.
done wasted his life pining after Nicole.
And
That's why he ain't been married.
he still doesn't get it.
Now, here's the thing, though. I'm saying that just tongue in cheek. We don't know if Carlton was ever married before.
No, we don't. But I just was
So they could write it next week, and, he could be on there like, yo,
well,
my
you
ex-wife 10 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And we'd be like, oh,
known him all.
Okay, so let me say this to Sean B, because I just thought about something.
Seem to think he's been married. I've never heard Vernon say he's been married. That's why I assume. But you're right. I don't know 100%.
So Sean B, I think what I may do is, because I'm still working on a video for the panel when we open it up, is that I think that I will include in that probably the people who have participated in panel so far. So before I do that, though, I'll be trying to go back and ask now who done been up here, because it ain't like it's been that many people. Like we've had Jasmine, we've had Sean, we've had Kelly S. I think came up one time. Uh, KB has come up one time. Bilo Didi has come up one time. So we'll see who wants to be in that, and I'm gonna make that a
who's
part of
the
the opening up the panel thing.
I can't remember her name for nothing, but I like her comments because we tend to be on the same side. I think she's
Sean
from New
B.
York.
Sean,
No, not her.
Hey.
No, not her. You said Elaine? Yeah, her.
Yeah,
oh,
She
Elaine.
was arguing with you that time. It was just you and her. Y'all was going back and forth a
Yes,
couple weeks
yes,
ago.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
tonight,
I like her.
especially if Kat is and Eva discuss, I'll give my place somebody that's gonna have my place. I'll stay down. I might have to even leave the room for a while. I'm not talking about you, Var, but I'm talking about is Sister Elaine there tonight? Oh, and Ted. Oh my gosh.
But see, you never know in the future what's gonna happen with these characters where everybody had to go. Well, I guess that's over.
Yeah, but the way
Because remember when we asked Ted, when we asked Keith, we was like, "Are they gonna straighten that out?" He was like,
we'll
"Hmm,
see.
hmm,
Anything's possible. You know what I
hmm."
mean? It just depends on how they writing it that day or that
Right.
week. But anything's possible. That's why you can't get, too
Yeah,
keyed in.
anything. Yeah.
They might have Eva become a serial killer, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever, I can't say that word,
Killer.
but killer.
Killer. Yeah.
She, you know what I mean? Like you can have any character can turn at the drop of a dime.
Sure
Like you
can.
never know.
Eva could fall down, hit her head, and become my mama overnight. We don't know. Because the goal of a narcissist is to try to create another one. Because narcissists are made; they're not born.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so maybe some of Leslie Jean's. I don't think that's her daughter,
And they
but if it
usually are
is,
created by their mama.
but that's not her mom though.
I'm just saying,
According to
narcissists
y'all,
are usually created by their mama.
I got you. I got you.
All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Should be on the
All right.
panel. Wait, Elaine, Sean, Var, Miss Lil, E Daddy should be on the panel. HOF. What does HOF mean? In the panel HOF. What does that mean?
HOF? I don't know. Hall of Fame.
Oh, Hall of Fame. Okay, that's a good one. That's
Hall
a
of
good
Fame.
one. That's a good one.
I was like, HOF,
That's a
HOF,
good
Hall
one.
of Fame.
B-Lo Didi, you got to remind me of that. Because y'all know I be having a million things to do. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Thank you all so much for coming in and joining. I'll let you go last time, Vasa. You going down first this time.
Hi, Var. It was really nice. I really enjoyed the panel with you tonight.
Oh, thank you. Me too. I enjoyed it as well. It was a good night. Nice conversation. Good conversation. Enjoyed it. And y'all have a great night.
Look at y'all being all family like. I'm about to cry.
All right, y'all.
All right, good night. Tell Miss Bar bye.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye. All right, E-Daddy, you always in the middle. So I will see you later, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right. And Miss Lil, as always, it's a pleasure to have you up and to hear your voice. When it's not up here, things just don't seem right.
Well, thank you.
All right. Have a great night.
You have a great night and a great week. And
Thank
say
you.
a prayer for me to get well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You and E-Daddy both. I hope you guys
Yes.
both feel better. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that again because I'm going ahead to use my neti pot because I'm telling you, I woke up, I was like, what is this going on? You never know what they got going on over there, what they trying to do to us.
That's the truth. Absolutely.
So we all got to stay diligent, but I hope you both feel better.
All these missiles and things, yes.
I know. Well, I hope you both feel better.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate that.
All right. And see you guys Monday.
Okay.
All right. All right, you guys. Well, that's it. Let me pull up my closer for you guys. All right, gatekeepers, what a night. What a fish fry conversation. As always, it was something else, and tonight was no exception. Before we get out of here, I want to give a special thank you to our sponsors for tonight because you all stepped up and showed out. So let's give some love again to Jasmine Williams. Let me pull these up. This may not be in the right order. To Jasmine Williams, to Peggy, to I pressed on the wrong one. To Peggy. Also to Myrtle Tinsder. Let me just read them in this order that I got them up here. To Jasmine Williams, thank you for being a sponsor for tonight. Ishante, thank you for being a sponsor for tonight. And Peggy, thank you for opening up the panel tonight also. Myrtle Tinsder. To Tiffany F., who was also her first time coming in and chatting with us, we thank you as well. And to KB Mommy, who sent hers to Cash App. Thank you so much, KB Mommy, for being a sponsor tonight. VAR for renewing your membership tonight. And to Keisha for her super sticker as well. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring tonight's show and supporting the So What You Think channel. Your support truly helps keep this space going, and it's always appreciated. And gatekeepers, don't forget that we have something very special coming up Monday. Here is your reminder again before we get out of here. Gatekeepers, this Monday, March 9th at 7 p.m., Maria Howell, Tracy on Beyond the Gates, will be joining me here on the So What You Think channel to talk about her incredible career, her music, and of course her role as Tracy on Beyond the Gates. I'll be your host for the evening, and I'm excited about this one. So don't forget, this Monday, March 9th, 7 p.m. See you then. All right. All right, you guys. So thank you to everyone who joined us tonight, everyone who came up on the panel, everyone down in the chat, our replay gang, our other MVP, Sean B. Thank you for being down in the chat tonight. And of course, our amazing moderators who help keep everything running smoothly around here. Let me make sure that I give them their special graphic.
Katie Mommy, B-Lo Didi, Destiny H, Cousin Linda, Elaine T, Belinda Hill, and the Raven Maniac. Thank you.
All right, you guys. So that's it. That's all. We hope to see you guys on Monday for this interview. Make sure you share. Our goal is to have 100 people in the chat. Do we think we can do that? Because it's on a Monday, it's in the evening, it's at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is whatever time I'm on, right? So it's 7 o'clock my time. So whatever time it is where you are now, it's 11:19 where I am now. So whatever time it is for you, get it straightened out. It's 7 o'clock my time that we will be on doing this interview. And we want to always support the interviews, because when an interview goes well, it helps us to land another one, right? All right. So with all of that being said, let me tell you guys that I do hope that you're having a great day. And if not, remember there is still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? And I'll see y'all on Monday. All right. Bye.
Okay, that's it for today. They're closing the gate, so I've got to close this door until tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.